we OG, Ordinal G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for the Ordinal Hour, and it's going to be explosive, just like the Bitcoin price. We saw it go to 67. We saw it almost touch 68, and then we saw it back at 65. What is going on? We're going to ask Yagobi that question because he might have some answers. He might not. We're going to find out today because I don't think anyone really understands, the psychology of what's going on right now. It's all trader games, right? It's just people taking longs, taking shorts. There's no retail in yet. There's no real big buying happening. The whales still see one of the letters of FUD still in the system. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There's no fear right now. There's no doubt right now, but there's a lot of uncertainty, and that could all change what happens November 5th. Even though, the candidate that I thought wasn't going to be Bitcoin friendly coming out and saying that she's going to make sure it's safe. But to me, that just sounds like bad regulation. But anyway, Bitcoin's going to 70,000, whether it's this week or next week. I don't know, but it's going there. But without further ado, you're bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Yo, so what happened, man? I heard you have all the answers.
Yeah, I did. I had all the answers up until I would say about 45 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. No, I did figure there would be a pullback with Bitcoin actually late yesterday and heading into the night, and we did see that with the early hours this morning in the US as well. And then I said, well, on our TikTok episode that we did, our quick little segment, I said that we'd see 66 again, above 66, and we did. We actually saw 67, almost 68, and then bam, this huge red candle says we got one more maybe in the chamber to try to hit these stop losses and liquidate some of these longs that we're probably being a little too greedy, taking maybe 20, 30, 40 X's on Bitcoin. And so, hey, they're going to, get as much as they can. And remember, Wall Street's playing this game now too. So they're going to try to get whatever edge they can as well.
And that's the big thing, right? When you see leverage that high, it's an easy rug pull, right? It's easy for them just to go, let's dump this, we'll make our money, and then we'll take it back up again. Then we'll hit the longs, and then we'll hit the shorts, and then we'll hit the longs again, and then we'll hit it back up. So I don't know. To me, it's very manipulated right now, but I think you have to expect that. I think to your point, you have to expect that when Wall Street is playing. We're going to see a lot more of this, but this is kind of a good thing, right? I don't think if we would have ran to 70,000 today, you would have seen a lot of big people saying we need a pullback, we need a pullback. There's no bigger pullback than the one we just saw, so I feel like this is actually good for the long run.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And one of our research helpers brought to my attention that mid-October seems to have, like, for the seasonality, kind of a little bit red. So this kind of plays into that, as well as just suckering those people in with getting almost a 68 this morning, right? And then
Yeah.
hitting all those stop losses, and then probably people made maybe a couple $100 million off of some shorts. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, man. So CoinDesk put out this. They said this chart indicates, I'm going to show it in a second, indicates Bitcoin may be headed record highs above 73K. And they put this out this morning, and I was looking at this, and you're more into charts than I am. They say BTC's 3-line breakout chart. So basically, we broke out once we passed about 64,000 from this this what we're in here, and then on here, the daily candlestick chart, we basically were about to break out. We actually did break out earlier. It's so funny though, is like as soon as we came up to this line today, that's when we shot back down, right? I was looking at that. It was like as soon as we hit it, we came back down.
Yeah, yeah, like some pretty heavy, uh, striking kind of resistance right then and there, and
Well,
sent it straight to 65.5. Man, that was a bit shocking, right? Going from
yeah.
67.4 to 65.5 within like a couple minutes, really. So that was very interesting. But we did kind of rebalance around 65, mid 65. We're hanging around low 65 right now, and we might dip below 65,000, and that's okay. I think that's fine. I wouldn't get like shaken out or too scared about this. I would just be like, okay, we went up too fast. We should have known, like, once we jumped $2,000 this morning, hey, this is happening a little too quick. So
Yeah, very quickly. I agree. $800 billion Standard Chartered says Bitcoin could hit all-time high before the US election. That means October. This is Standard Chartered. These guys, they say things, sometimes they say stuff and then do the opposite, right? That's what these big boys do. Do you think they're being honest here, or do you think this is maybe just a ploy to get people to long while they short?
I mean, with the news, that everything has some sort of manipulation, I feel like, at this point, right? And Bitcoin's becoming mainstream, and the more that an asset class becomes mainstream, the more that huge entities that have a lot of capital want to manipulate things, right? So I think the more time you spend in the market, that's something that can help you kind of realize that, hey, the outside noise, probably don't listen to too much, and do your own, like, research. If you have analytics tools to do that, then that's the best route to go, rather than rely on some news source or anything like that. So this is just kind of, I think, them trying to create the bullish narrative or add to it. We've seen it in previous bull runs, and this is no different.
I agree. UAE's central bank approves the launch of an AED stablecoin. So yesterday, we got news that they were going to let you buy a property using Bitcoin, and today, their central bank. I mean, this is they're basically their Fed approves the launch of an AED stablecoin. This is huge.
Yeah, this is pretty big. Just we're piggybacking off of the previous day's news titles, right, and headlines. The UAE is just on top of it right now. They're really trying to build this digital, economy, right, within that region of the Middle East, and so this is just a next step for that, right? And I know traditional Bitcoiners hate stable tokens and stuff like that, but look, stable tokens are here on Bitcoin's chain too. So, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. And don't worry, guys, for those maxis, Bitcoin will continually go up. So don't, be too nervous about that.
Yeah, I think it's good though, because like the easiest way to buy Bitcoin, right, is a stable coin. Most times, right? Depending if you can get that stable coin on the chain to buy Bitcoin, but you can buy a BTC and MBTC, and there's other ones as well. So like if I got paid in a stable coin, it's super easy for me to go and buy the asset that I want. I don't have to deposit it in my bank, send that money from the bank to a third party, and then get the stable coin, and then be able to go buy my stuff. So this is actually, potentially every sale in the UAE could be from stable coin, and then a lot of that you could see pushed into cryptocurrency.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're gonna probably start to see some shift into like a traditional centralized exchange to, people receiving their checks and their salary and wages in digital currency, US, stable, right? And so, what does that do? Well, it changes kind of how we interact with the digital on-chain economies, right? Instead of having to go through a centralized exchange, going from fiat to a digital asset, now we have a digital asset going to another digital asset. So I think this is normal evolution of what this industry is going to be in the future. So this is a big step forward. I think from our space, like Magic Eden's already working on that, in terms of trying to be a big marketplace that acts like a centralized exchange but is doing everything on chain.
100%. The next thing here, so Vice President Harris to announce protections for Bitcoin and crypto in today's speech. So a lot of people are saying this as a good thing for crypto. I see it as bad, because what she's talking about here, she's talking about regulation, and I'm somebody who's pro-regulation. I want the crypto sector to be very, very regulated, but I want it to be regulated by people who are heads up to decentralization, who understand why it's important and stuff like that. I don't want the Gary Genslers and the Jamie Dimons of the world writing my regulation. I want guys like Elon Musk and guys like Vivek Ramaswamy and guys like the third largest AVAX holder, who potentially is the vice president, right? So that's who I want writing my regulation. I don't want people who are anti-crypto writing the regulation. And no matter what protections she has, when you're voting, you're either voting for crypto people writing the regulation or anti-crypto people writing the regulation. So that's your choice.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit too late, right? She's doing this 21 days before the actual election. And plus, like, we know that Democrats are really pro bureaucratic entities, right? Like, they don't want to get rid of these 3-letter entities, right? And I don't think that like you should just like snap your fingers and they'll be gone, but I think that there needs to be, some of them need to be phased out and stuff like that, and have less power, because with more power, there's more ability for greed and corruption, right? And so I just think it's too late. She should have been probably working on this sector months ago, whenever Trump started doing it, and now I just think it's too little too late.
I agree. Jump to the next thing here. Larry Fink, at his Q3 earnings report, said, "We believe Bitcoin is an asset class in itself. It's an alternative to other commodities like gold." This is during yesterday's Q3 earnings report. Pretty nuts.
Yeah. I feel like he wants these statements, these quotes to go out, right? Like, especially right before the bull run, because they're trying to make as much as they can, obviously, and this is how you do it, especially with when there's other banks and stuff that make statements. People kind of pay attention, but like Larry Fink, people will pay attention because BlackRock is the richest, fund manager in the world, right? So I really think he's trying to kind of assist in this narrative of Bitcoin being the new digital gold, and he will have an effect on that, right? A positive effect, in my opinion, in terms of the narrative. I don't know about the long term.
Short term, he's good for Bitcoin. The long term, I don't think so. But what we're gonna do? BlackRock's CEO, I think, also said that Donald Trump it says neither Donald Trump nor Kamala Harris is a factor for crypto price, as we believe Bitcoin is an asset class in itself, like you just said. But I think he's wrong on this. I think who writes the regulations is a big deal, and that's going to come from the administration.
Yeah, this is more of him trying to set another narrative, right? But I think the people in our industry are, he probably thinks we're not as smart as we are, and we know. We saw it actually, in July when he spoke at the conference, and then whenever he started doing some, maybe not so smart things, right? He excuse me. Whenever he, started kind of making some comments and stuff, and then it affected Bitcoin's price, and so it definitely has an effect on it. I think he's just trying to say, hey, look, one thing I do agree is, like, once we get past this uncertainty, yeah, Bitcoin has its own destiny, regardless of who wins. But yeah.
Yeah. Once the FUD is out of the system, once the fear, uncertainty, and doubt is out of the system, it's time to go. But yesterday, Bitcoin's ETF saw $555 million in inflows yesterday, the highest in over 4 months. So we haven't seen this in 4 months. 4 months ago, we had a fake out. We thought we were about to explode. I want to say that was like June. We thought, August was going to be massive for Bitcoin, but it was not. And I guess we should have, in hindsight, we should have known that. But do you think that this time it's real?
The ETF information, like, we've seen so much, positive inflow with this. And I just think it's going to happen whenever it happens. Like, whenever Bitcoin is ready to take off in Q4, it's going to happen. And then there's not going to be much that can stop it. And that's one of the reasons why I think that, like, these market makers are kind of messing with, Bitcoin's price right now and stuff like that, is that they know once the floodgates are on, that there's not anything anybody can really do. You can't stop it for a good, at least like 2 months straight, in terms of like the upward trajectory, right? So that's where I think that they're coming from with this, with that angle, right? But in terms of like the inflows, that, to me, this doesn't really matter. Like, I don't really care, because we've heard so much positivity about like the Bitcoin ETF inflow amount and stuff like that, and it only mattered in the beginning of the year, once like we pushed past the all-time high, because it was more of like a positive overall narrative. Now I think it's just kind of news, right? So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I think it's a nice data point, right? I feel like, being a trader of some kind, you think data points are always good. If we're not, let's just say, like, we weren't getting these numbers out of the ETF, but we were getting them in the market, it'd be like, oh wow, they're not even playing yet, they're not even coming in yet. But since they are kind of coming in, and we're just not seeing that coming from the old whales, right? We're kind of seeing it coming from these new whales. So I think it is kind of important for the data point itself. But yeah, okay. So has the Bitcoin bull run officially started? BTC assets ready to explode. So what do you think? Obviously we had the fake out this morning, but how are you feeling for the next like 2 weeks?
For the next 2 weeks, I feel bullish, right? I feel bullish. This morning was a little bit, it was just emotionally kind of like a roller coaster, right? Because of volatility. But if you look at the ecosystem from a week and a half ago, the Runes ecosystem sustained its little push there that it had, even when Bitcoin kind of pulled back a little bit, right? So I think the ecosystem is ready to go, right? So, and when I say Bitcoin ecosystem, I mean the entire ecosystem, right? People that are building over here, if you're a layer 1 maxi, you still can't deny that, like, Fractal was from the creators of Unisat's marketplace, and Unisat's marketplace was the main marketplace for fungible tokens on Bitcoin, right? So that's a part of the ecosystem. Same thing with Merlin chain. There's synthetic layer 1 assets that are traded over there. So I say the entire ecosystem is kind of getting primed and ready, and it started with Runes, and I think we'll continue that.
Yeah, I agree. All right. It's kind of getting to the Bitcoin fear and greed. This is going to mess with you, because last night at 8 p.m. we were super bullish. But let me get into it. So last week was a 49. Yesterday was a 48, kind of like dead center. Where do you think we were last night going into 8 p.m.?
Heading in 8 p.m., I'm going to say that we were probably 53.
Ooh, not bullish enough.
Oh my
55.
gosh. See, this is exactly what I talk about. Like, so maybe we deserve that pullback because everybody was too damn greedy.
I know. I thought about that this morning too. I didn't want to tell you though, because I didn't want to ruin this. But I was like, damn, dude, it doesn't look good. Being, going from 48 to 65. Like, if we gradually, 58, 61, 65, that's fine. But we went from 48 to 65. It was, I think, we probably could have called this pullback a little bit. So
yeah, it was probably needed, to be honest. But we'll see what happens here. You know, the one good thing is that it didn't continue like it has, like those big sell downs in, you know, August, July, and June. Like those bleed outs were like brutal. They wouldn't stop, you know, and they would create this ominous like kind of environment for I remember when we would do our show, we'd be like down in the dumps a lot of times because like the bleeding wouldn't stop. So that's the difference between kind of these sell downs in late September, early October, right? Those are the differences in my opinion, and they're more for like, in my opinion, just to hit those stop losses for the market makers and stuff.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. All right, time to get in that Bitcoin price action. Brought to you guys by the great guys at BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage exchanges on Bitcoin. You'll be able to take longs and shorts, 100x's on your favorite BRC20s, your favorite runes, your favorite fractal tokens, and maybe even your favorite Merlin tokens. They're going to add a lot of stuff to this. They're going to be Bitcoin ecosystem friendly, and pretty much if you want it, they'll probably get it for you. Honestly, these guys are in it to win it, and I'm really proud of what they put out so far. And their paper trading goes live next Wednesday, I want to believe, probably a week from today. It did get pushed back a little bit. These guys are building; they're building on multiple chains, so they just want to make sure they have all three chains that they're building on out. But you know, it's Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin. They're all Bitcoin L2s, right? It's Core DAO. It's going to be BitLayer, and it's going to be Bob build on Bitcoin. So they're going to be on the, you know, they're not Merlin, but they're good enough. They're good enough L2s. But I'm excited for them to drop. And guys, we're giving away 5 BitPerp passes today. All you have to do is write BitPerp in the chat. We know we didn't do it yesterday. We wanted to make sure that we were able to. So today we got the nod saying, "Yep, you're good." And you don't win today, you can win tomorrow. All you do is hop in, say BitPerp in the chat, and you guys will be added to the wheel by either Yagobi or myself. So stay tuned for that. That'll be after Tap Tuesday. So I'll have 12 o'clock today, which is, you know, about 40 minutes from now. We will do Tap Tuesday, and after Tap Tuesday, we will bring you guys the wheel spinning. So it should be fun. So just you have 2 hours now, or you have an hour now, hour and a half now to put BitPerp in the chat.
Yes, and one thing you guys have to do though is you got to make sure that you're following the X account for BitPerp. I'm putting it in the chat right now, so make sure you're following that account. We will check. But yeah, make sure you're following that account. Also put BitPerp in the chat. I'm gonna make sure the list is ready for Shizzy to spin at the end, so you guys won't have to wait too long. But yeah, but before we get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp, if you are on the YouTube side, guys, smash that like for us. It helps a ton with the algorithm. We appreciate all your support. And if you're not subscribed on the YouTube side, make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, share the space, guys. We want to educate as many people that are, you know, curious about the Bitcoin ecosystem. And so share the space for us and hit that like as well. But let's get into Bitcoin's price action, which has been absolutely nuts this morning. We are going to start with here the hour chart, right? You can see, man, this price really wicked up to almost 68,000. I would say the wick is showing 67.5, but I think it was more like 67,700 or something like that I saw on the chart. Yeah. But man, it came right back down. So definitely confusing. You can see that we kind of went into like the oversold on the stochastic RSI 2 a.m. UTC. We've been down there for a while, right? This is the hour chart too. So, you know, this could be a little bit of a, you know, fake out down, in my opinion. You know, like I said, if it was one of those just, you know, brutal like bleed downs that we saw, it would have been continuous right off the bat, in my opinion. It fake out a little bit up and then back down, and it just hasn't shown that kind of longevity or like stamina for the sell down. So we'll see though. You know, maybe that I'm speaking kind of early because it only happened about an hour ago. And so on the MACD, you can see we were about to get out of that like, you know, sell pressure, and then bam, it broke back down. So we'll see how long we stay down here. We have been in sell pressure for a while. We were in sell pressure even whenever this jumped up, right? Right here. So it was kind of an anomaly. We should have known that like this volatility right here that spiked up. Okay, that was kind of out of nowhere. What happened? Was there good news or anything? But we were just kind of in the bullish energy of being happy, la 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 la, and not thinking about it. And we should have been, right? Because once it like actually like torched down, I was like, oh my god, did someone start a war? Did something happen? Because it was so quick that it happened, right? But no, it was just kind of hitting those stop losses and market makers getting rich, and probably some Wall Street people trying to, you know, we won't get into that. Anyhow, what do I see for the rest of today? You know, probably tip below 65,000 a little bit, right below it, maybe 64.8. Swing back and forth between low 65 and high 64. Maybe we make up our losses for today. We'll see. It's been volatile. It's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen. So I would say, though, on the safe side, probably high 64s, low 65s, kind of swinging back and forth. On the 8-hour chart, it still looks okay on the 8-hour chart. The 8-hour chart is built up of about a week's momentum, and you can see like we've had these these flag poles with the flag and another flagpole here. Maybe there's going to be a couple red candles here, and then another flagpole starts again. I do think that this was the start of the October energy, though. I do think that, and I'm sticking with my guns. We got 2 weeks left in this month, and I think we end the month, hitting 70 or above. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm just being too positive, but that is how I feel. And that's what I got for the Bitcoin price action, guys.
All right. Let's kind of get into my favorite part of the show, the roll call. Let's see who is here and who is screaming BitPerp in the chat. First is first, and that will always mean a lot on this show. And Chief Axel is our first guy today. Shout out to you, my friend. You have been with us for so long, and we really appreciate you. Congratulations to you, my friend. You are number one today, followed by Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. He loves me, and I love you. PJNZ, Peanut Butter Jelly Time himself. Lucky Lukey is here. Nisha is here. Shout out to Nisha. Thank you so much for being here. Yasher, one of our mods, man. We appreciate you every single day. Tim Baker, another one of our mods, man. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everything you guys do for the show. Webdro is here. Almost done 71. Ordinals Chips and Ordinal Sweets.
The brothers.
Bull Run. The brothers of destruction. Shizzy, let's go. Love and Shizzy. Okay, you guys are just backing each other now. Mempool is here. Mempool Space is actually doing pretty nuts. Yeah, so I'll get into that. Choda is here. Danny Boy, D Blocks himself. Shout out to him, the guy with all the alpha. Another one of our mods. We appreciate Danny. Mats is here. Glasshopper's here. Mark, 100K before year's end. Oh, Mark must have some alpha. Mark,
why is that?
Cash, because he was in Amsterdam, Bitcoin Amsterdam last week. Cash Cats, he's here. GM, Coffee, the Donuts, and the Dog go to the moon. Shout out to Cash Cats. We call him Coach Cats here. Engagey, Nagy is here. Let's go, boys. I don't know where I read Engagey from, but Nagy, the great, is here. Token Jokin. Shout out to you, my friend. GM, FDFTW. Rick G says, long live Tap Tuesday. Rick G, man, he is always in the know. Tim Baker is here. Patrick Nand is here. Chain Watcher. Green Man. Fixed is here. Click Bang is here. Mark says LFG. Elias, BitPerp, and GM. I love that. He's doing his GMs, and he's entered into the wheel. We have hello.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, we welcome everybody from the east, the west, and in between. So welcome for all the new audience that Michael and his team has brought in. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming here. Super Monkey's here, super fan. I can't wait to talk super fan later. This guy is probably living on a high right now. Man, incredible. Steamy J is here. Ant-Man is here. Patty Poo is here. No is in the building. Happy Homer's here. Every day now, Happy. Thank you so much. I hope you are very happy. Crypto RK is here with the Ordzard and the BitPerp. Joko is here. John. John's here. That's my guy. PZ is here. John has entered into the contest. And then we have Mats is here. Hope to See is here. Jayhawks TV is in the building with the BitPerp. Mats is here. Almost done 71. We're going to make sure you're done by 72, my friend. Sight is here. Albert Mari is here. Puppets spanking the monkeys. Yes, if you remember correctly, I said puppets. He said no.
You
monkeys,
did.
So
you did.
I'm the winner here. Just kidding. Sixes is here. Sham is here. Mats is here. And then finishing off with a crypto night. Shout out to every single one of you guys who make the roll call every single day. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And remember to keep putting up BitPerps in the chat.
Yep.
All right, let's kind of get into kind of want to do like a quick runes update if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
I think we might be able to find some really good deals right now, especially with the price of Bitcoin really getting hit here. So let me pop over here, bring up my screen up one more time. Okay. All right. So what the hell is Coda Fluffington?
Actually, sounds like a cool. It sounds like an English. Someone from
It
England
does.
created
Yeah.
that one.
Coda Fluffington. All right. Let's kind of go to I like to do trades, right? So trades is kind of where my thing. Yeah, Coda Fluffington leading the charge. Oh, I'm gonna go on the 1 day. That's probably why. Because I was on the 1 hour. Because I was degenning. But we got Pen 15s as leading the way with the 1,000 trades. I love these names. Gizmo. All right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to volume.
It says Pen 15. Do you know what that is? That's
Yeah,
an inside thing, right?
Pen 15. No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, put those together and try to read it as a word, but don't read it out loud. Never mind.
I'm afraid I can't do it. I'll read it out loud. I can't.
Yeah, so that's what that's off of. Basically, it's based off of kind of that inside joke or whatever.
Gotcha. All right, we'll go to the volume because apparently that's the only thing that matters. But if you guys are looking for an entry in Gizmo, down 26% on the day, that's got to about 18 million, almost 20 million. But now it's back down to about 13. That is one that I'm looking to get in. Dog Go to the Moon down 7%. Pups down 22%. These really follow each other. Gizmo and Pups World Peace. $1 Billion Cat is down 4%. Gizmo Shidcorn is down 53%. Oh man. Then we have RSIC down 8%, Base Angels down 2%, Base Internet Panda down 4%, Seiko down 16%, Kika, the plush bunny. It's another one that I was looking to get into maybe because this kind of runs with the top dog there at Gizmo because they run together because they're both in the puppet pictures. Do you know that Kika and Gizmo they're both attributes in the puppets, like
Are
they're both items. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But like,
Yeah.
you know, the real quick, I want to say this. So we talked about this. I want to say maybe late last week about being careful about these new runes that launch, guys, because a lot of times what will happen is the market caps will get to like maybe mid 6 figures, and then the people that launched it or minted, they'll dump on you guys. So there's a couple indicators, and we'll, you know, just really quick, just, you know, prominent people that are in the space, once you see like maybe 3 or 4, 5 maybe posting about the same token, it still has like a low market cap, I think you have a quick window at that point.
Yeah.
You know, this is not financial advice at all, but you know, you got to get those confirmations, right? Because you know, that's the cabal in work right there. Basically, they will pump it, but you know, a lot of times they will dump on you. Every once in a while, you can hold, and something like Gizmo will happen, right? So, but that doesn't happen often, guys. Gizmo is like a less than, I would say, like, you know, 8% chance of that kind of happening. So just be very careful. I just want to remind the public, you know, because there's a lot of people launching tokens. And look, after Gizmo launched and did well, like there were so many that came after that, right? So just be careful.
Yeah, 100%. I want to show you guys too, like, so a way that I do things is if I hear about something, I run over to the war room in a debauchery. If you're not in the debauchery Discord, I highly recommend you guys get here because this is where things really go. I mean, they're already talking about code it in here. This is where things start. You got to get in the debauchery war room. I feel like that is your place for the most alpha. I am in there. I'm not shilling them whatsoever here. I'm just telling you guys what I look for. I see something pumping, I run over here first. And these guys always seem to have the knowledge of what's going on before anyone else does. You got guys like Businessman.eth in there, BitGod's in there. The whole freaking, all the Cabal members are usually go in there. So definitely check that out if you're not a part of the debauchery Discord. Yeah, so is anything in here surprising you? I mean, I was calling last week. I was a little early with my call for Rune's pullback. I felt like the market was very overheated, but I feel like this is really good for the entire ecosystem.
It is good. It is really, really good. You know, what kicked it off, in my opinion, was $1 Billion Cat, right? It started to kind of run initially, one of the first, right? And then others started saying, hey, well, it looks like there's a you know, something happening here, like a runes run happening. And then you saw the other ones start to kind of, it started before Dog did, really.
Yeah.
And then Dog kind of started picking up, and then Dog obviously got to where it was. I think it was at like 200 million, and now it's at 534. Then you had Pups follow up, and Pups followed up very strong, got to 200 million, right? But $1 billion Cat was the first to kind of cool off because it was the first to start it. It got all the way to like $90 million market cap, which I was wanting to cross that 100 million, because I felt like it could have, but the powers to be decided not this time, right? So anyhow, not surprised at all. I really love where $1 billion Cat kind of settled at, like that low 73 million or low 70 million. Everything's kind of settled in a really nice spot. Gizmo's actually kind of settling in at 14 million. Does Gizmo have opportunities still? I mean, look, I don't think any other derivatives of Pups and Runes token is going to do well. It might pump like for a little bit, but it's just too split up right now. So, but I do think Gizmo still has opportunity. It'll probably eventually get to 100 million or more, I would say, like on the multiple next runs. But that's my thought process. Not financial advice, guys. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, I think you're right though. But you have to remember too, everyone who's in Pups, with 137 million, this was up to 160, right? So a lot of this money came out of here and then went into Gizmo. You have the guys, there really isn't anyone new entering the Bitcoin space right now. This is all the money that was kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting, it has entered, and now you can see some of it getting kind of pulled back out with profits, right? So be very, until you start seeing a lot of new people entering the space, a lot of wallets being opened, a lot of trades over volume happening, right? Because the more trades there are, it's different people from different wallets getting in. Volume's important, but volume's only important if you're seeing a lot of trades. And I don't think 1,000 trades is good enough. I think we need to see 10,000. Look at Dog, 670. That this just tells you that we don't have a lot of people in the space right now, and I think we're just seeing very PvP environment, which is okay. You can still win in a PvP environment, but when we're all going to win, that's when we see the new people opening X-First wallets and opening Uniset wallets. So that is when we'll win.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm really excited to see what Magic Eden ends up doing to make this trading environment better, because they've made statements that they're trying to be what Coinbase and Binance is, but on chain. And, you can go to Coinbase and Binance and pretty much buy any major blue chip crypto. You can trade it into anything else. So if they're able to do that, right, but on chain, I think that will be huge for the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? Especially if they adopt some different strategies in terms of using maybe Arch Network or something else. We don't know. One thing we do know is that Magic Eden's Bitcoin department is huge. Like the focus on it, the investment they put into it, they're really bullish on the Bitcoin ecosystem. And so I imagine that they're going to be the ones that innovate, and make this trading experience a lot better for fungibles on Bitcoin.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Jump over to the collections real quick. Take a quick look at what is going on over here, because I'm sure that again, the collections are up. Because I think a lot of money's coming out of Runes and kind of going into collection, which is nice to see, because the collections kind of is the biggest part of the ecosystem. But as you can see, the puppets are number one right now, flipping the Node Monkeys fully now, sitting at around 17.6, but the Node Monkeys are right there at 7.6, and you got Ordinal Maximus sitting at 0.18. All three of these collections with the highest volume in the last 24 hours are really neck to neck. 0.18, 0.17, 0.176.
Yeah, Node Monks have always had good market making. People are going to say they watch trade, blah blah blah, and puppets, obviously, they're cultish, kind of culture and stuff, plus probably good market making as well. So, I've seen this though. Let's see how long this lasts, right? Because I've seen Pups briefly take the lead over Node Monks, but it didn't last very long. I think it lasted maybe like 2 days before. It's been a full day. So let's see what happens here. If it goes on past 2 days, this could be a new crowning, right? And if it is a new crowning, then, for the short term, at least for the hype phase of this bull run, people don't care much about the layers of value in terms of early inscriptions and rare sats and stuff like that. But I do think that comes back, though. That comes back if we ever have a collector's market, which I do very much think so, because Bitcoin's collectibles are way more of a collector's market than Ethereum's or any other NFT industry. So I think it comes back. But hey, I'll crown Bitcoin puppets if they can keep this lead longer than 2-3 days.
You want to crown them? Crown them. from Dennis Green. Let me see. So where are these Billy Cats? There they are, sitting at 0028. This is one collection that I'm very bullish on. And you got the Shids back in there with some momentum. I haven't seen anything with the Shids. Anything? I'm just trying to see if there's anything in here that doesn't really surprise me. That's maybe popping and I wasn't thinking. But no, same. Oh, the Alu up 28%, dude. There you go. The Pandas.
Yeah, that's a big little jump up.
100%. Tiny Vikings up a little bit there. I love the Tiny Vikings, man. I hope they do well. Commoners, dude. This one's been running, hasn't it? I feel like it's been up every day.
Well, it runs and then it chills out,
Yeah.
right? Like, so the Commoners is going to do well once that, you know, layer of value phase and collectible phase comes in the bull market. You know, I think that's going to be later on down the road. But it is the first 10K PFP that was inscribed on uncommon sats, right? So that's a big deal in my opinion. But like, I wish the art was my best commoner is really dope because I got one that has like the shark hoodie, but a lot of them I'm not like, I don't dig too much. If you go to the shark hoodies, man, they look so awesome. If you go to the head, I think maybe, or close, and they're gonna be one of the more rare ones. If you go to shark hoodie, shark, it's there it is.
Baby shark, dude. Sorry. All the way down.
Probably.
They have a lot of different.
Right there, up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is dope.
Yeah. So all right, there it is.
I don't know why it's not working. I had this problem with Magic Eden before too. Where
it's loading. It's loading. You just gotta give it a second.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I think.
All right. That'll be our quick update for you guys. Kind of getting some other stuff. So Leonidas, hit a tweet here, and he.
By the way, Bitcoin is running. It's recovering some. We're back above 66,000. So let's include. I'm talking to myself, by the way. I'm trying to give myself a pep talk. I was about to say, let's take a deep breath.
Yeah, so Leonidas said, Murad just publicly acknowledged that dog is the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin as a strong cult. So this was a tweet that he commented on, and I did have it up here, but I took it down by accident. But anyway, somebody mentioned the top 10 meme coins in the entire crypto space, including base chain and everything, and dog was number 5 on there. And then the Messiah himself, Murad, said this is a really good list. How do you feel about that? What do you think that, you know, does he consider dog? Is he looking at dog, do you think?
Is this it right here that you're showing, or
no, yeah.
Oh, sorry. My bad. No, so
no, it's good.
I don't know. Was this kind of like a forced admission, or you know what I mean? Like, because he didn't have any Bitcoin runes in his original spreadsheet that he put in there, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of a slap in the face, I think, even for me, like, you know, which people have their own opinion, but he's not from this world, right? He's from that other outside world of fast trading and stuff like that. But I really think the way he described this meme super cycle and meme culture and meme cultish type environment, it directs way more to like memes, runes communities than it does for the other ones, because like the rune side, you have people like creating awesome memes, like working together, you know, a little bit of like rivalry, but not too much, you know. And it's more longevity, I feel like, for the rune side, because it's not quick in and out, like, you know what I mean, you make your money and you're out. You can do that, but it's a different process.
Exactly. This guy Gem Insider said the strongest cults at the moment, SPX, APU. I never heard of SPX, 69,000. I never heard of APU. I heard of Retardio. I never heard of FWOG. Dog, obviously. Bitcoin is in there as a cult, Giga, and PopChat. And he says, can confirm this is a good list of strong cults. And Dog being number 5, Leonidas circled. So, yeah, so that happened. But Leonidas goes, breaking, just publicly acknowledged. But yeah, it is a little bit of a reach, but he did. Dog was on there, right? So
I mean, on someone else's list that he agreed with, but who cares about this Murad guy and what his list is? At the end of the day, we see, you know, the energy that's coming from the runes communities, and it's really, really growing, you know, and it's something more than just a quick buck. I feel like some people are making quick bucks off of it, but yeah, we'll see. I think he's probably gonna wish that he had runes on his list at the end of the cycle.
Yeah, or I think he's gonna come out in like a month or two. Once Magic Eden kind of gets their swap together and stuff like that. Guys like that who swap meme coins. I mean, you could say with the one about their coming and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, those guys are used to a way of trading, and our version of NFT trading isn't their version yet, unless they do. I don't know. But anyway, moving along. Beyond, these guys are building bridges pretty much everywhere, right? Beyond's like this crazy bridging project that these guys are doing, and they're awesome guys. We met them, we talked to them, but they're introducing orange pills. Orange pill ordinal, 100% free mint on Magic Eden, 5,555 piece collection. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's definitely something that I'm gonna try to get. I mean, obviously it's free, right? But then they put out this interesting chart here that basically has the entire Bitcoin ecosystem on it. So you can see things like tokens. You know, he has the top tokens here, whether it's Pops and Hermetica and stuff
Mr.
like
Yin.
that. Mr. Yen. Oh yeah, Mr. Yen is there. Yeah. You got gaming, security. You know what I mean? So this is I just thought this chart was really interesting when I was going through it. Marketplaces and stuff like that. But yeah, so look out for that, guys.
Yeah, you know, if Beyond is able to accomplish what they have told us, because we've had meetings with their team previously, man, like, and they're not the only ones that are trying to do this. This is like this part of this bull run that's so overlooked is bridges in ways like ecosystems that are created for the Bitcoin ecosystem. But bridges is the biggest thing. Like Beyond is creating so many, like, you know, liquidity rivers, right, back and forth. And like I said, there's Runes Bridge too. I believe that's the name of it. Remember we did a episode on them. And
Runes Mine.
Runes, is that what it was? Runes Mine. So they like, and then you have Merlin that you can bridge to the EVM side and stuff like that. There's so much that's happening with this that, like, once this all clicks together, it's going to be humongous in my opinion, right? But people are so focused on, they're like, the focus of the crypto space is like a gnat, literally like buzzing around like, you know, a fruit or something, and then get swatted and killed real quick. But like if you zoom out and you say, what's the bigger plan for this bull run? Because every bull run has a bigger plan. It's the Bitcoin ecosystem. It is. I mean, Beyond is proving this, right? And the previous one was Ethereum DeFi. The one before that, IDO craze, right? ICO craze. So I'm laying my bets here.
Well, I think last cycle had two different phases. It had the first one, which was Bitcoin DeFi, and the second one, which was
Ethereum.
NFTs. I'm sorry, yeah, Ethereum DeFi, and the second one was Ethereum NFTs. And I think this one's going to be meme coins, and then the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? So kind of leading in right into each other. And I don't know, I think that's the way to go. But these pills look pretty cool, don't they? These will be the collection they're putting out.
Yeah, and I was wondering, I was like, did they launch the orange pill rune?
I don't think it was them. I think somebody saw this and then kind of went with it. But yeah,
gotcha.
But yeah, man. All right. Getting to get into so the Foxy BitMiner is now live. If you guys grabbed one from Mscribe, and I think you still can. Let me jump over to Mscribe real quick. Mscribe.io, Mscribe.io. So that's pretty much easy. Very simple. I spell it out for you guys. But if you go to Mscribe, you can still get the Foxy BitMiners. And if you, man, I love Blockrunner, but they're so slow. But here we go. DMT BitMiner. I'm showing my screen. So if you're still interested in getting a BitMiner, they are back on sale here. All you have to do is come here, and like a couple thousand got bought up within the last like weekend because of the BitMiner is now live. Yeah, you can see they still have a good amount, so you can still get as many as you want. But once you do have it, you guys can go over to Miner. And I'll actually put this in the chat for you guys in a second, but it's just miner.mybitverse. So I'll just come here, paste this in. All right. All right, cool. So then I'll connect my Xverse here. And I'll put my password in. Man, I wish you didn't have to put passwords in. I wish there was a way to like not do it.
Yeah, but then that would compromise your security.
Yeah, but for some wallets, it doesn't matter, right? So, connect. But yeah, so right now I am mining, as you can see here. It's going to load up in a second. I am mining Foxy, B Foxy, which is a 1-to-1 with the Foxy token. 67 B stones, 101 B steel, 168 B timber. So I got lucky enough to get 2 ultra mythics. I didn't get a cosmic, which kind of sucks. I could be earning USDT, but I'm happy with my ultra mythics. And then I got 1 rare as well. And I have all 3 mining. And every day I'll just have to come here once a day and just maintaining. And then it should give me a confirmation that they are maintained. I got it. 3 miners maintained. And then I'm done. Then I don't got to do anything else. I can exit it out and just be done with it until the next day. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually love what they did with the bit miners, making it kind of a game to where you have to check on your miners. It's almost like checking on your nodes, right? Or checking on your actual miners, making sure your actual physical miners are operating correctly. But if you want to look at it more like a digital way, some blockchains have nodes. If you are an early adopter to that chain, you can purchase nodes for a high price, but then you earn the emissions. That is the proof of stake type of situation there, right? So, but you have to make sure those nodes are active. And that's the exact same approach here with these bit miners. If they're not active, guys, you're not earning. So, set an alarm, do whatever you have to do. And there's a certain amount of hours that each level of rarity of miner can go without maintenance. Because if you don't maintain it, then it could need cooldown. Yeah, and that takes 24 hours. So go check out the tutorial video that me and Shizzy made. Did you post that one yet?
Yep, it's posted.
Okay, yeah. So go check it out. It lets you guys know step by step. But if you have the most rare one, congratulations. USDT seems to be like the high asset that you can earn there. It's going to be on the Solana USDT. So you'll have to add your Solana wallet to that. But hey, man, that's awesome, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Definitely looking forward to just kind of just earning, right? I'm not doing anything else. It reminds me of DeFi a little bit, but in obviously a very centralized way. But that's what we do over here for now. So this is big news. FB is available on Pizza Swap. So this is something I had on the list for like 4 days, but we just could never get to it. But I definitely want to show this now. But you can officially go on Pizza Swap and then swap for SFB, which is Simple Bridged FB, which is awesome because you can come here and you can see I have some glizzy here, and I can swap now to get FB. So that is cool. I don't have to, if I want to, you can actually trade in here. There's no withdrawal yet, so be careful. Make sure you don't put bridge anything in here that you don't want to be in there for a few weeks. Hopefully it's a few weeks, but stuff like that. But if you are in here, you can trade back and forth depending on the price. So that's pretty cool. And the pools are actually getting pretty filled here. Quack and Ordi seem to be leading the charge with 72,000 in TVL. Glizzy and Sats and Glizzy FB are the next 2 and 3 that are really filling it out. You got about $50,000 in TVL for Glizzy Sats and another 29,000 for Glizzy FB. This one is up almost 100% since yesterday, so that's pretty cool. People are really adding the Glizzy FB. I'm actually thinking about doing that myself. Once the withdrawal is activated, I might throw my Glizzy in here and some FB and kind of grind some sats because you're earning sats in there. So
can I ask you what type of FB is that? Is that like just regular? You have to bridge that in, right?
You have to bridge in using Simple Bridge.
Okay.
Which is pretty easy. I can actually show you real quick as to how easy it is. Just go to apps. When you go to apps, you get the Bull Bridge, which we talked about in the show before, but now you have the Simple Bridge as well. And you go to Simple Bridge, and then you can just bridge that right in. You can choose FB right there, and then that'll take your FB into SFB, and that's what you have in the swap.
Gotcha. Awesome. I can't wait till they, turn on the withdrawals, right? Because I think that's really what's going to get the volume going. If they're truly waiting just for like us to be full in bull season, then hey, more power to them. Because then, at least we know the market caps will go up, right? If that's what's going on there. But You know, we are so close, guys. We can taste it. But hey, guys, we are doing the BitPerp giveaway, so keep putting BitPerp in the chat if you haven't yet, and make sure you follow BitPerp on X. I will put the BitPerp link in the chat again, but for you guys to follow them. But make sure you're putting that in there, because I've added names. I got about 25 right now, but don't miss out on this opportunity.
100%, 100%. All right, jumping to the next thing here. So Yala, we had these guys on a show, I want to say about 6 to 8 months ago. Very bullish on this project. This project is a Bitcoin stablecoin and kind of a leverage play as well. So how you do it is you're going to come over to, this is testnet. So I'm actually airdrop hunting as well. So not only am I just testing this out, trying to get an edge on it, but I'm actually airdrop hunting because I know Yala's going to have a token because they raised money. And if you raise money, you normally have a token. So they're going to definitely have a token here. And I put up some. So if you want to go to Meta Mint, and I put up some Bitcoin, testnet Bitcoin that you're able to get from this little guy right here. And then I needed to go and get some Sephora ETH. So, or Sepola ETH, which is like a Ethereum testnet. I was able to get free. And then I just kind of was messing around. And then I got a portfolio now of 11,000 fake dollars. I deposited about $15,000 in Bitcoin. I got about 11,000 in YU. I didn't realize, dude. So I got a liquidation price of. See, this is why you should always test things out. I got liquidation prices that I didn't know about until right there.
How are you liquidated? Like, how does that work?
So I didn't realize. So in the beginning, when I put my Bitcoin up, it only gave me like a tiny bit of YU, and I was like, why is it just give me a little bit? So I deleted it and put the max amount, right? So so you can get a little bit of YU, or you can get a lot of bit of YU. So the BTC keeps the YU pegged.
Gotcha. So BTC goes down, then you could get liquidated.
You can get liquidated.
And so you lose your collateral.
You lose the collateral.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yep. But as you can see, I'll still keep my YU, which is 11,000, but I'll lose like $3,000 of my Bitcoin that I deposited.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because I am borrowing technically YU. It kind of works like MakerDAO a little bit with DAI. Very similar to that. But
does MakerDAO have a liquidation mechanism as well?
So it used to do Ethereum, but now it does stable coins. So you're backing it by UST. So it's harder to get liquidated now.
Can't like literally everything has to go wrong for that to happen.
Pretty much everything has to go wrong for that. Exactly. But I don't know. I kind of really like this. Like I said, I'm airdrop hunting. I'm just trying to get this Yala token, and you do it. It is half Bitcoin, half Ethereum, because you come here, you deposit Bitcoin. So I got my Bitcoin wallet here, and I got my Ethereum wallet here as well. So and then the YU token ends up here, but then you can withdraw it all back to your Bitcoin wallet when you're done. So yeah, you're kind of like bridging in a little bit as well. So it kind of works that way. So once I'm done, let's say like it's the end of the bull run, and I want to kind of go into this YU token, I can actually use this in a way to make sure. You got to do it safely though. Got to make sure your liquidation price is low. And if I would have took a little bit less YU, I would be okay. But it's all testnet, so if I lose it, it's just fun. Maybe I'll get some extra points.
Yeah, but I wonder what happens if Bitcoin's price goes up though. Do you get more YU?
No, my liquidation price it'll just be fine. It'll kind of stay where it's at, and I'll just be more than okay. But like if someone else gets in now, their liquidation price is higher, right? And so on and so on. Gotcha. All right. It's almost Tap Tuesday, but I have one more topic to get to here. Tap TGE is Monday the 21st. Yagobi, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting Valhalla from minute one. Everybody rich, go. We're going to meet at the Lambo Club at Track Lord Tom's house. He's giving us the address to meet there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that there's going to be a lot of anticipation for this. I think that there's going to be kind of a relief, right, for some of these builders as well, because they're going to start like planning when their TGE is. I'm sure they already planned it, but like they can start marketing it pretty strongly, and so I'm expecting some really good kind of energy coming from this, right? And also possibly like some of the tooling infrastructure as well to be released, probably step by step with that. But I think this is a really big step that like people have been waiting for, right? And we're right around the corner. We got 6 days. So
yeah.
What about you?
I'm expecting the marketplace to go live. I'm expecting the wallet to go live. Am I expecting this or do I want it? That's just kind of how I'm feeling right now. I just really hope they come out with a bang, dude. And they could. Marketplace, let's say, goes live the same day as a tap token. The wallet goes live the same day as a tap token. You bring what mad people over. You launch a meme coin over there. You know, it's like the Benny's back this meme coin type of thing, and then the whole ecosystem gets fun and exciting. I'm tweeting about it. You're tweeting about it. That's what I'm expecting for next week, and I will be highly disappointed if I don't get that. But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you sound like a kid that is getting a birthday party thrown for them, and they know it, and this is what you expect. Now, hey, look, guys, I think the expectations. Yeah, I think the expectations should probably. This is my opinion, of course, should probably be reasonable, right? So a great TGE with the tap token out there, kind of like the community supporting all of this and that kind of thing. Anything on top is kind of extra in my opinion, right? Because we are close, in my opinion, for Bitcoin to kind of really take off here. But so it could be perfect timing. So we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys, it's 12 o'clock p.m. on a Tuesday Eastern time, and that means it is officially Tap Tuesday. If you guys were living under a rock, last week was Bitcoin Amsterdam, and the talk of the town was Tap because they were holding all types of events and all types of amazing stuff, and very, very exciting. Yeah, sorry, I had the wrong screen up. So very exciting, and we're actually really hyped to talk to Tom because he apparently has all the alpha for us, and he's going to be giving us right now. So let's bring him in. What is up, Tom?
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay. First, I've heard about all the alpha, but I mean, I've got a tap hat. I mean, that's
yes.
pretty cool, right?
That is cool. That is cool. You're the official command center leader there with the tap hat.
I just stole it actually. So
yeah. They didn't even give it to you. They're like, if you want it, it's 10 tap tokens.
Yeah, we were giving them away at the booth, and I thought I better take one of those for myself.
Gotcha.
Smart man. It's a good looking hat, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was Amsterdam was very fun. We met a lot of people, a lot of interesting people. The hackathon went really well. It was pretty cool. I think there was a little bit of confusion in general about like what the overall goal was. Like a lot of teams came in thinking it was just kind of like a show and tell almost, and a lot of teams were actually trying to build something within the 2 days. So there was maybe like a little bit of miscommunication on that part, but it was really cool. It was great to see all of the builders like cooperating and talking to each other, and also some new faces, right? Like some people that just joined in, and like some of them that didn't win any of the prizes, but kind of come up with like some of the projects come up with some like kind of cool ideas that like we hadn't seen, and it was just nice to see other people building in the space that we didn't we didn't necessarily know about, and just came into to do a bit of building, right? And so that was great. And
that's awesome.
Super awesome to meet everyone and to see how their stuff works. Like Alpay just blowed my mind again, right? With his with the heroes and like showing how it's all working, and I was just like, yeah, it was like super interesting. And yeah, obviously it was.
What was
great.
it called? Big Noodle or something?
Big Noodle, yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, dude. I was talking to somebody, one of the judges that were there. He's a good friend of mine. He was telling me about it, and he was like, "Dude, it blew him away." And he was like, "Yeah," I was like, "Big Noodle." I was like, "Who the hell's Big Noodle?" He's like, "Oh, that's a super fan guy." I was like, "What the hell?" But that was pretty cool. So
yeah,
how was that? How was the judging and stuff like that?
So I would say like they were given criteria based on like just certain things like I don't actually remember what the criteria was, but it was like just scalability and things like how easy it would be to deploy, and like how beneficial it would be to the ecosystem and things like that. So yeah, it was like we're not just talking like it's just whoever has the best project, right? That's not really what it was about. It was it has to be on a specific criteria. So a lot of the judges had different opinions based on like what they saw like of the projects. Like some of them would be like, oh, I really like this project, or I really like this project, but based on the criteria we have to do this, right? And also about the presentation. So for some of them obviously the projects were great, but if the presentation wasn't very good, or they were like, they were just a bit too broad with like, what they were talking about, they got marked down because the judges were supposed to be impartial, right? So they're not really coming from the same perspective as me, as I know everything, not everything, but I know all of the projects, right? I know all the projects, so I kind of have an idea of what they're building, but yeah, obviously they didn't, so they're coming in with totally fresh. So if the presentation wasn't great, then that is what it is, right? Like you can have a bad day or whatever.
Yeah. Sounds like a jury. Like there was a lot of rules
Yeah,
you guys had to stick to and stuff like that. But I think superfans should probably start a class for projects in terms of like joining these hackathons, because this is the second one that he's won. The first one we were actually judges a part of.
Nice.
Second place this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you still get a trophy, right? So that's all that matters.
Wins, yeah.
But anyhow. Yeah, so besides that, before we get it further into Amsterdam, because I want to talk a little bit more about that, what's going on with Bitcoin? Because we talked market talk with you a little bit. I mean, like it looked like it was, ready to reach the stars, and then all of a sudden someone dumped a bunch of trash on us.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Like I've received about 5 texts from random people being like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, I think short squeeze, like I think it looks pretty good. Like you can see that like previous 4-hour candle basically hit like it didn't know whether it wanted to be up or if it wanted to be down, so it just did both, right? And it just kind of just swept the whole range in both directions. Yeah, it looks super crazy, but I think maybe it's just a sign of things to come. I remember this happening last cycle as well. Like you'd get these crazy liquidation candles where open interest just got a bit mad, right? Like people were just shorting the top, and then the market's like, no, we're not having that. We're bullish, right? We're just going to push through it, just break through. And like, obviously right now we're in a really crucial zone. I think we're not really out of the woods until we hit like above, 68. I think it's about 68.7 is where like our final like retracement level is. And I think if we get above there, it will show like a long-term sign of like, yeah, this is no longer a retracement. We can just, we can be bullish, right? And certainly when you put like inflation into the bag and you realize that the previous Bitcoin all-time high was when the dollar was worth a lot more. So right now it's like 90K to beat it in real terms. So, I think Bitcoin's got a lot of growth potential still left in the tank. And timing wise, yeah, it's just flipped into the second half of October. We often see this when people like see these narratives coming. The market makes you wait for it. And then like, obviously last month, everyone thought September was going to be awful and it was kind of okay by the second half. I think, yeah, the same thing probably happening again. Like everyone thought October was going to be brilliant. So we have to make them wait a little bit at least. Right. So yeah, I think so. I think it looks good, but I think it was just a little bit of a warning that not to count your chickens until, until it actually properly confirms that we're in, at least past the retracements, which we aren't yet, right? We're close and it looks great, but we aren't quite there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it's good excitement though. Obviously,
yeah.
seeing the price move so much in a single candle is always like, okay, well, shit's back, right?
And they're like, nope. We're gonna let you know who's in control.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyhow, so great analysis there. I feel the same exact way. All right, so real quick before we bring up our first builder guest, all right.
Hold on. We didn't get into any of the tap alpha.
That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about to say. I said before we get.
Okay.
Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay,
we got Tom here. It's Amsterdam, and we're moving on.
So before we bring up the first builder guest, I want to ask you about Amsterdam in terms of Shizzy asked me what I think is going to come of the TGE event. So. Could you kind of give some? I know you probably have more information than us and the public, but what can you give us in terms of expectations and maybe what people should expect?
Good question.
Well, I don't like, aside from token price and speculation, which I'm not going to talk about. But yeah, I think hopefully, I mean, the whole time we saw the devs, but they were very busy. So throughout the whole of Amsterdam, it was mostly just, the talks the faces, me and Fitzy and some of the team, we were kind of the ones going around talking about the product, and a lot of the devs were just still super busy. I mean, they showed their faces at the hackathon, and you know, it was really cool to meet the whole team and like meet Benny and meet Carsten, and you know, do a little bit of networking and just seeing what other people think. But yeah, the devs have been locked in the dungeon and made to just complete things on time, right? So we hope that everything will be ready for the 21st. And so yeah, I think that would be great. I've not heard that anything is delayed at this point, so I'm kind of cautiously optimistic. And yeah, I think it was mentioned at this point that the 21st wasn't just 21st, woo, something's happening, but like, you know, hopefully a lot's happening. So yeah, I think we'll have to wait and see, but I'm very optimistic that, you know, everything will be ready, or at least the majority of it's going to be ready. Everything that we need, you know, because you need a minimum valuable product out there, you know, with the TGE, right? Otherwise, what are people going to do? You know, we need to be able to point them somewhere. We need a good wallet to point them out as well. And so yeah, hopefully it's all ready.
Yeah.
So I want to say like a week before I was the marketplace was to launch in June, we got a delay. Is there any chance of us getting a delay, or is 21st like the 21st?
I hope not. I really hope not. As far as I know, it's pretty much set at this point. In terms of like, you know, we've publicly announced the 21st. There's been quite a few news articles within the last couple of days kind of showing that it is the 21st, and you know, at the point that we've actually named a day, I think it would be a bit crazy of us to go back on that. So yeah, I'm gonna say like no delay for that. So yeah, it's all happening.
As someone who's excited, I'm going to be a little disappointed if the marketplace and wallet isn't out there. That's just me personally. I don't know how other people feel. Yeah. But the TGE comes out and we're trading the way we're trading now. It's going to be very, very disappointing. And so I'm just kind of hoping that they don't do the TGE unless the marketplace and wallet is ready, because I want to play. I want to start getting tap meme coins again. I want to have some fun. So I think everyone's kind of feels that way as well, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we need it. We do need it. And I think that's part of the reason why the devs have been working their ass off for the last couple of weeks, is because it needs to be done and it needs to work, right? But yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right. Like, as much as we like to talk about the fundamentals, sometimes a bit of memeing just does really get people involved, right? And it's a great way of testing, you know, especially stress testing anything, just make sure everything's working.
100%.
But yeah,
I was gonna say one thing. You know, before, when Benny released like his protocols and stuff before, like he would release them, in my opinion, to where they would be usable, right? And the support was always really good. You know, oh, I'm running into this issue, and so he'd be like, you know, responding right away. So I think if the products infrastructures are released, it's going to be something that, you know, that they're proud of, and then also the support will be there as well. So I know that's probably putting a lot of, you know, expectation out there but I'm just going based off of what I've experienced from him releasing TAP protocol and Pipe protocol. So
yeah, I've just been told that almost certainly there won't be a delay on the wallet and the swap, but if there's a delay on anything, it could be a few days for the marketplace. Just because they're still ironing out a few minor details. But I think the swap is going to be the big thing, personally. And the wallet, I know, is a really big deal to a lot of the big players, because you need something you can trust that is actually going to deal with tap protocol tokens, as well as, you know, other things. But that's going to be a big deal. And yeah, obviously the swap is something new, right? Like, obviously we've got marketplaces. We really need ours out there. But it's not necessarily the end of the world if we're a couple of days late on the actual marketplace. But the swap, I think that's going to be the killer.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be upset if the marketplace drops and we're trading in like NFT form, very similar to how we're trading right now or as well. I wouldn't even be mad at that if they promise, hey, in a week from now the new features will be available. I just feel like there needs to be something I can connect that wallet to right away, just to kind of get that feeling.
The swap.
Well, I'm just saying if they're having troubles with the swap, the swap's going to take a few more days, I would still put out the marketplace first, and then.
But what he said is the swap and the wallet will be fine, is on schedule for the 21st.
Is that what he said? Because I heard something.
Yeah. The swap should be done. I think
Okay.
it's a case. I've just heard that there's still a couple of minor bugs in the marketplace. It's not really.
So I think you got the opposite, Shizzy. You heard the opposite.
The idea is that we want the swap up because we want to incentivize liquidity providers.
Yeah.
So we want.
I gotcha.
Yeah, there's going to be big rewards for the early users. So we want that up and running, and that's going to hopefully bring in some hype, and people can do their own crazy stuff, right? I mean, we want to see some DeFi excitement because we haven't had that really on Bitcoin yet.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of memes, but I think as soon as you allow people to have liquidity, it's a game changer, right? You actually get real TVL and crazy stuff.
Yeah, dude. So that makes me like excited about the 21st. Yeah. So let's keep it there. We'll see, what happens. But okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
One more question. So SMB tweeted that Benny is a 6'5" giant. Is Benny tall or is SMB really short? I picture SMB like 5'4".
I'm right. So
plot twist. Track Lord Tom is SMB. No, I'm just kidding.
You're kind of right on both of them. Benny
I knew he was like 5'4". I knew it.
Benny's super tall. SMB is like he's not short, but I think he's like maybe 5'10". Is it like maybe just slightly shorter than me? But no, it was really cool. It was really cool meeting SMB. Actually, he's a really nice guy, and Benny's awesome as well. Very chill.
Is he
unless you're a developer, then maybe you're getting told off. But like, if you're, but no, yeah, Benny's apparently 6'7". So yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Tom. I appreciate it, man.
Yep. All right, guys. We're gonna bring up our first builder here. Papillon is from Tapalytics. They have built kind of like the Tap version of Etherscan, but with even better data, right? So it's like Etherscan meets Genie data. So let's bring up Papillon. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, guys. Very well. I'm not so presentable today, so I'm hiding behind the avatar. You'll see me.
No worries.
Well,
so
congratulations. You placed third in the hackathon, so that must have been huge for you guys.
Yeah, it was very cool. I mean, to be honest, we were super stoked to meet everyone. First time to meet the track lord in person, and the giant Benny, who was already the topic of the show. He's really big, tall, and all the builders, the room full of people. I mean, Tap was freaking everywhere. You couldn't make one step without seeing it, and it was just cool. I mean, it's great when you're in front of your computer doing a lot of stuff every day, and then finally get out, meet the people, and it was awesome. And we also had the chance to build our Explorer, which is great.
That's awesome. So did it give you more confidence in the overall ecosystem and community of builders when you actually got to meet them in person? Yeah, absolutely. Exactly that, because you see everyone, you chat, you hear each other on Spaces, but it's just the meeting face to face is it's just another beast, right? And you look each other in the eye, you have a beer or two or 10, and it just it just helps, you can assess better where everybody stands and what they're doing and who is walking the talk. It's just, I think it's just a great experience. So for me, we were convinced that Tap is the ecosystem to be, simply because of activity, but all the opportunity that is there in terms of programmability. There's so much stuff you can do, and I think everything is lined up very, very nicely now for the next weeks and months and next year. So we're super excited. That's awesome. I got some feedback from some other builders that had a very similar response to you. Okay, so you won the third place hackathon. I think that whenever someone can kind of go to the hackathon and they're not, kind of building, or I guess act like they're building a new product and it's their old product, kind of, not saying that those people are bad people. They just probably didn't know what the task was, right, at the end of the day. But for someone to kind of build something from scratch for the 2 days, I think that shows a developer skill set that's really strong. So could you go into what you guys built with your Explorer for that hackathon?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually very simple. If you go to our site, tapalytics.xyz, what's new is that right on the dashboard, you'll see a new tab, and it's called Transactions. And we obviously used a lot of the work that we have done in the past 3-4 months. Basically, we access our database to display all of the tab transactions in a form that people should, hopefully, if it works, recognize from how you use Etherscan or similar EVM-based block explorers. So we thought this was still missing in the tab ecosystem. So yeah, actually in the tab in the middle of the screen, you'll see transactions, and that gives you just a list of all the transactions that are happening on the protocol.
Gotcha.
So it's sorted by blocks, and you can see there's several kinds of assets. There's the tab tokens. Yeah, this one just like gets you to the specific inscription, obviously. But if you go back, you can see there's like tab tokens, there's UNATs, there's NATs further down, and you have the different tickers. You have the transaction type, whether it's a transfer or a mint. And yeah, all the stuff that we think you need. But I mean, obviously, this is all still beta. There's still like plenty to improve. We're inviting everyone to share with us what you think, what you're missing, what's working, what's not working, and continue to make it better.
It's amazing. It must be nice too to get some kind of like recognition. You guys have been building your heads down. No one even knew who you were a couple months ago, and then you guys start coming here, and I feel like the community has really embraced you guys. And now to kind of show what you've been building, and especially to come in third place, must have been pretty huge for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, it's this. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, when we started, it was like kind of nice and cool, but. And it is, but the Explorer is vital infrastructure, right? So when the TAP token launches and exchanges are starting to list, and you want to deposit or withdraw your tokens, you want to check somewhere, right? So that could be the place where you can actually see like, has my transaction been going through? So we're also like we're only like at the very beginning. We're starting the conversations, but we're hoping that exchanges might integrate that, right? Which would obviously be big. So that was always our vision. We wanted to build enabling technology for the TAP protocol that's really useful and really cool, both for the users as well as like the builders in the space. And yeah, it's just one puzzle piece. So it's we're very happy that it's starting to come together.
Yeah, man, infrastructure.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And one thing actually really, first of all, I want to point out, you have a big fan here. Elias Lululu says, only love for Papillon and 3 orange hearts. So I don't know if that's your friend, but that person loves you a lot. And so...
Now he is.
Must have seen him at Bitcoin Amsterdam and thought, I like what I'm seeing.
Gotcha. But what I was going to say is that like one of the big positives that people probably don't notice right now was that because TAP's token TGE was kind of pushed out and delayed, a lot of these projects weren't able to launch their token. Instead, they were kind of forced, and I'm not saying that they all were going to not do this anyways, but forced to build their protocol out first and make it very user friendly or like show utility before they drop a token. And I think that's so big, especially today in crypto. Is that kind of your approach too? You guys are waiting for, like, you're not even focused on really a TGE right now because you're trying to get this together, or what's your approach with that, Papillon?
Yeah, I think we want to provide something really, really useful, and we want to come through this. We're experienced in the space. We've been around for a while, and we've seen a lot of vaporware and tokens launch very early on, and then we're a bit anti-hype. I mean, I don't mind the hype. I just don't want to hype something. So I just want to see users. I want to see adoption. I want to see that people are actually using that. I like meme coins. I get it, but I also think that the stuff that I build, it should be useful for people beyond just like a short period of time. And if we succeed in that, then I'm not saying there could never be a token, but that's really not our focus at the moment.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so what should the audience be looking forward to with Tapalytics? What's the next big thing for you guys?
Yeah, so we haven't really announced it yet, but we're also launching an API. So what that means in simple terms is basically so if now if you want to connect to the Tap ecosystem, you have to run the Tap reader or what's called the validator later, right? So you have to run the node. You want to see everything that's happening, and for some, if you want to combine certain calls, I don't know, if you want to get all the holders of a collection, or maybe how collection holders have developed over time, you need to start making quite complicated queries and calls, and with only the Tap reader, that can be challenging. So what a lot of projects do is they basically create databases and then provide API calls to such databases. So we're basically scraping everything from the Tap reader, putting it in a database, and making it accessible in an easier to access way for larger players in the ecosystem. So let's say a wallet provider, an exchange, a marketplace, that wants to not only point to transactions, what you could use the Explorer for, but actually start to integrate certain functions. And yeah, so these are basic API calls, and this is basically our offering to those players that want to connect to Tap. So let's say Nansen AI or DeFi Llama or CoinGecko, who wants to display a bunch of new tokens on Tap, right? They might not, I'm inventing, or I'm just picking names that but basically they might not want to run infrastructure Tap readers themselves, so we would be there to help. And yeah, it's a business model for us, and I think another important tool. All the other ecosystems work like that. You need fast APIs to connect to the ecosystem quickly. And as far as we knew, this wasn't available before. It is now. We're launching it at tapapi.xyz, and yeah, we'll tweet about it in the next few days.
That's amazing. This does really help a lot of more builders coming into the ecosystem, right? Like, so if I'm somebody who can kind of just, for lack of better words, kind of tap right in to what is happening.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So these are two big things, and then obviously we have a lot on our roadmap. We're trying to work very closely with the builders. I think Superfan is on here later, but also others. They all have launched collections. Everybody who's launching collections has certain needs or new ideas. So we're just trying to listen very carefully what the builders want and what the users want to see. I don't want to speak too much about all the plans. It's always kind of boring to hear everybody's plans, and then I just want to get shit done, and when it's done, we'll talk about it. But
Love it.
we have a lot in the backlog.
Yeah. I actually absolutely love that. I love everything every move you guys are making right now in terms of the APIs, because it builds a business, adds to your business foundation. You got to build business. You can't just build. Obviously, you can build open source protocols like Wikipedia or something like that, but sustainability, for the future of, I think, this space, you got to have a business model, and APIs not only supports that, but also supports growth in the infrastructure. So super happy that you guys are doing that, and just really thankful that you're able to spend time with us in the Tap community and the overall Bitcoin ecosystem community listening in, because we have 453 people listening in right now, and we want to thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's super exciting to be here, to build here. I think we're building something really new and great in this ecosystem. So lots of fun. Let's keep it up.
Awesome. And you're always welcome back to Tap Tuesdays, and we'll definitely have you back once you, are officially launching these other products as well. But we thank you for your time, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks a lot. See you guys.
All right. Bye.
See you guys.
That was amazing. I mean, that's just another great builder in the ecosystem, right? And I think that's why, Shizzy kind of was before he would mention, I'm saying this about you. You're not patient. you want things now.
I want things yesterday.
But you kept telling me, the builders. It's the builder community. It's the builder community that keeps me here. And that's just another example of a great builder. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I met the Tapalytics team, and both the ones that came to Amsterdam, super friendly, super cool. definitely like very in tune with what they're doing, and I think very smart to pick to build around very useful infrastructure. Obviously, incredibly useful. As he said, he's not really going for hype. And he's got a really good business model. And if he can make it easier for other people to get involved in our space, via his products, then that's just awesome, right? That's great. It's brilliant for everyone. And obviously, it's he's kind of counting on the tap ecosystem succeeding, and hopefully it all does.
Yeah.
100%. Like, it's kind of like the whole thing. If you build it, they will come, right? So if you don't have the proper tooling here, no one's going to come. You need explorers, you need wallets, you need marketplaces, and these guys really came in and filled a role that really wasn't being filled. I know the universe team, they have an explorer as well, but the more the better. And these guys are actually building, they're going deep with APIs and stuff like that, which is awesome.
Yeah, it looks really clean as well. And yeah, as you're right, like saying about builders, you obviously, we hope that once everything's live and things are a lot easier and more accessible, then it's going to, bring in a lot more faces, a lot more builders. But we're obviously super thankful for the people that kind of have the belief in the project from the last 6 months and more, and have been, building awesome products on our protocol. And yeah, we're obviously very thankful for them. And it's, we do need the builders, and it's essentially that adds value to the protocol, right? Like we've gone out of our way to make things, accessible and bring functionality, to the builders. Otherwise, if you just want meme coins, then there are other protocols, right? You can go anywhere. But, if you're actually going to build infrastructure, then you need to listen to the builders and make sure that you've got them covered when it comes to, functionality that can be done on chain. So that's our job. It's not our job to build everything. We've got to build some things, but it's our job to make sure the builders are happy. And hopefully they are. It looks great. And it was awesome meeting everyone as well. So like just hearing the builders' thoughts and, what they've got in the, up in the brain, waiting to be unleashed on the world is all awesome. And I'll try to get some more people on as well, because there was a few smaller projects that I thought were really cool, but I want to talk to them before, like trying to get them to
throwing them into the lion's den.
Before throwing them in. But no, just some like one dude built a quick tool that would just make minting NFT collections on DMT super quick, right? And so, like, rather than just spending 10K or 100K when gas fees are bad, making a 10K collection on Bitcoin and, absolutely wrecking your money and requiring huge mint prices. The good thing about DMT, as a lot of people know, is that you can kind of set the parameters on chain and, just go away with a couple of small transaction fees and everything's great, right? You can just get it up, and it's very... it's not cost prohibitive to do so. But what it is technology prohibitive. If you don't know what you're doing, you've got no chance probably. So these dudes, I'd never seen them before. Like I think I vaguely recognized their name from Discord, but they built like a small app that would just make the whole process really simple. And I thought, that's awesome, because it's something that's going to get people building and get people excited and new artists. So it'd be cool if they could come along and have a little talk, because they didn't win. But I just thought, it's like a really cool, easy to use thing. And it would certainly add value. I think like people just building like small things like that as well is super valuable, right? Like it only takes one thing for people to really like get excited by. And, sometimes it just, it can help create a buzz, right?
Yeah. And it might have seemed just kind of very simple, but at the end of the day, I think like pain points need to be solved, and that's how you have success, right? And I think that's a pain point with DMT mints and stuff like that, is the ease of it. So we'd love to have them on. So I think they're big boys. You can throw them in the lion's den. Me and Shizzy will take it easy on them. No, I'm just kidding. But
no, just kidding. We won't take
spill the alpha.
Yeah.
Spill the alpha. What do you got?
Yeah.
When?
Well, as Papillon say, what people say after a few drinks is not necessarily what they want to say publicly. So
that's why I stopped drinking. No, but all right. Well, this has been an amazing Tap Tuesday so far, but we got a couple more guest builders to bring up. The next one is a very familiar face. He's been on our show multiple times, and he's extremely talented because he's won 2 hackathons. Let's bring up. Oh goodness gracious! Right when I was about to bring him
Why
up,
does that always happen?
He got stage fright. He got stage fright. It seems like. No, we'll see if we can get Super Fan back. Oh, there he is. There he is. All right, let's bring him up. Super Fan, what's going on, man? You got a little stage fright?
No. Just heads up. I rugged a couple of times during backstage. So
okay,
if my camera, I think it's my camera. If it goes out, I'll just pop right back in.
Gotcha.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on,
Congratulations, man. Second place.
Thank you.
Dude, you're on a roll, man.
I know, man. And this is like bookending a special time because you guys were part of my first ever outing. The first time I like kind of went public, and now it feels like I've come a long way in a little bit of time, and you guys are forever like day one part of that journey. So shouts to you.
Yeah, I mean, you need to give yourself credit because, like, you're the one who put in all the hard work and stuff like that. We were just part of that first panel that recognized it, and it was it's awesome to see you collecting these checks. I saw the big tap checks up there.
Yeah.
So could you kind of go into detail about the experience and then let the audience know what Big Noodle is all about?
Yeah, right on. So first of all, I'm wearing this hoodie right now because this is what I made for the trip to Amsterdam, right? And I knew there was going to be some heroes holders at the show, and I wanted to be kind of visible. So a highlight. I went there primarily to mind meld with Benny, to meet the other developers. Like, great meeting Tom, great meeting Papillon and Andy and everybody else. But a real highlight that I didn't expect to like get so much enjoyment out of was heroes holders tapping me on the shoulder and then kind of like just hanging out while building in the hackathon space. We all had tables set up, folding tables, and some of these guys were just chilling. So you know who you are. Shout out to you guys. And I'm hanging out with them, and I didn't know they were lightweight like my whales. So, and I'm one of the most grateful dudes out here, whether you minted 1 or in these cases, one dude had 47, another had 30. Woo! I'm so grateful because I see these guys as creating my runway. They're my VCs. I don't want a VC. I got community here, so like that's the right way to do it, and I'm bringing them with me through all the big checks, So yeah, that's awesome. That was really what did it for me. Amsterdam was really fun because I got to meet all these folks that are just on Telegrams or Discords,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think at the end of the day, that's true community right there, right? And people have their own journey, and some people use VCs because that's how they kind of are able to get over a hump or something like that, and some people don't. It kind of like your path, which is kind of more organic, and I think that's actually one of the hardest things to do is to build like an organic community that can support like mints and stuff like that. So congratulations for that. How did you feel about the overall feel of the Tap ecosystem builders there? Did you feel positive about it, or if you could go into that?
Oh, hell yeah. It's okay. So I'm not the type to sip the Kool-Aid. I'm pretty practical about everything I get into. But I stepped into the Tap ecosystem with a lot of understanding of what's to come. And you guys, I don't always tune in because it's early for me on the West Coast, but I always watch every episode, right? And every now and then, recently, in fact, you get some folks on who aren't super bullish on Tap because a lot hasn't been shown yet. And I'm sitting on the other side of the screen like, ha ha ha. Like he'll see, he'll find out. And while I was thinking of that while in Amsterdam, because I'm like, yeah, anybody who's kind of going off, not having seen too much in the past, they're gonna get a wake up call. There's so much cooking and a lot of like galaxy brains here. It really cemented that idea.
Wow. And I feel like Superfan's the type of guy that like Benny lets in for the extra room because he's like, oh, okay, you can do this, huh? Okay, come over here. Let me show you something. So that makes me actually really bullish on what's to come. So, you know, I'm not just
Yeah,
saying that. I'm thinking logically. I don't know. Maybe I'm off. I don't know.
I got to tell you, so he's so I jokingly said, all right, so I'm going to couch surf at your place and keep hacking, right? And he's like, yeah, come on, come to Germany, come hang out. And I think he was being real. So yeah, it's like that.
He was staying at crashing at Benny's.
And you
But-
guys are right. Big Benny is
He's
the
big.
right name. Big dude.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
If you-
A quick question. So
Yeah.
we seen you at the last hackathon. You were, you know, obviously it was online. This hackathon was in person. What are the differences and the challenges of both?
Oh boy, you know what? I'm not much of a public speaker, and
Yeah.
I was real nervous that last time when I'm like behind the deck online. I'm not. So I would think that I would be super nervous being in person, and I think everybody was. You know, we're not used to being. The judges are like 3 feet away from you, with like hard looks on their faces. You know, and so it's a little nerve wracking, but I kind of feel like I walked in there super confident. You know, I knew my shit. So sorry, language. So it's kind of like uh, autopilot kicked in, and the rest of it was a party. The rest of it was meeting people and giving pounds and giving hugs, and Tap had an amazing party to close out. And I'm not going to name names, but some of us went to 5 a.m. I boarded that plane the next day, tipsy. So it was,
I've heard that he actually does want people to name names.
but I would say the difference is being in person. I got to see how the smarts work for other people. I've been in my own bubble for a long time, specifically Tapalytics. So I mentioned there was heroes holders, right? And I'm like, I don't know how many he held, but it was 40 something. And Andy, Papillon's partner, he's on his laptop, and in about 5 seconds, he's like, it's 47 exactly. Here's his wallet address.
Oh,
And I'm like, way to flex.
Dox
Andy.
them.
Yeah. So experiencing that kind of stuff never happens remotely, and just the random conversations are really good.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
super
got
cool
a
for
couple more-
me. Like the random conversations were what get me going, because I'm quite a good ideas guy, but my implementation is awful, so I have no idea what I'm doing. So just talking to people is awesome. Like, you know, it's really great, and like all the builders were super friendly as well. And just a quick shout out to the Square Labs guys, the advisors, because they were doing so much work behind the scenes. I'm sure Alpay will agree. So
We
just
weren't
a quick
gonna
shout
name
out to
names,
David and
Tom.
Alex. No, it's okay. We can shout out, because yeah, they were organizing and, you know, actually getting all of the shit done, and they don't really get talked about because, you know, they're not building memes or anything.
Yeah.
And they can hold their drinks too.
I wouldn't say that.
you know what I noticed with ideas guys, because I'm an ideas guy, is when the drinks start flowing, the ideas start coming out. I don't know if you're like that, Tom, but
Well, no, yeah. I mean, for me, I love just being around other smart people. I say other as if I'm included within the smart people, but like, no, I love coming up with ideas, and like talking to people that can actually do it is just really refreshing, because most people can't, right? You got an idea stuck in your head, it's stuck. Yeah, no names apparently.
So Mark was obviously there.
Yeah.
Mark was there, yeah.
But
All right. So, being an AI guy, and you know, did Benny maybe show you what's in the pipeline at all that's coming? Do you know anything about
no
anything?
pun intended.
No pun intended, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm.
I had to ask.
So there's so pipe was really I was really curious too, because I didn't know if I'm kind of like gonna position myself in a way that I kind of fit into what they're doing with pipe. And it's I still don't know details, but what I do know is that there's a plan for financial tooling, predictive stuff, using AI to be there. And this is me talking because I don't want to get anything wrong. Yeah. But basically, when I mentioned that, like, I'd like to find a way for the backend that I'm building to I rug?
No, you're good. I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay. Camera's frozen on my side. So yeah, so when I said like I really would like to direct my back end to like kind of fit into what your goals are, he's like, yeah, you're right there. That it's going to be great. And what I showed was actually a DPIN for AI. So that also fit in accidentally well. And yeah, it's we could get into that whenever you whenever you want. But yeah, so I don't know what the elevator pitch is for pipe on in TTP, but it's feeling like I'm part of that maybe.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was kind of what I was trying to get out of you without
Mhm.
saying it, but thank you so
Yeah.
much for jumping in that. So
Yeah. Could you go into first of all, is the DPIN, is it a part of the overall project, or was it just only for this hackathon?
Heroes as a collection was always a beta test for a bunch of other stuff. Like since day one, it was a way for me to not go find investor money for the big ideas, but make a collection, build community, and then use heroes to test some big ideas, right? I think the people who were attracted to heroes were attracted to the innovation of it. And heroes has been quiet a while because I've been building in the background, but now that I'm back from Amsterdam, uh, you know, a lot of stuff is going to be demoed through heroes, and that includes the DPIN. Basically, it's about to pop off with. And by the way, the snapshot's been done. Papillon helped with that. So anybody who's thinking of sweeping the floor, do not for your Augies. Little inside news there. The snapshot's done. So keep that in mind when buying. But yeah, maybe this is a good segue into the DPIN actually. So is that okay?
Yep, that works.
Yeah. So I at the hackathon I was building a GPU DPIN, but the plan for it is as old as Heroes, right? So when I built Heroes as a generative AI collection, it relies on a backend to kind of spawn the images in real time, and we could do stories around it and everything. But the one centralized part of the whole project is that I'm still using GPUs on a consolidated GPU compute platform out there, right? And that has to eventually change. It's okay for now, but that's what this is, and I call it Big Noodle because it's actually a name that is my day job, my design business, and it fits because it means big brain, and that's what the DPIN will be. So in short, Ethereum had at its height 14.2 million GPUs on it. People were contributing their GPUs. If they got $8 a day passively, they were really happy. If they got $4, they stayed plugged in. If they got $2 a day, they were grumpy, but they stayed plugged in still. And there was one purpose of all that GPU power. It was to upkeep the network. It was to upkeep Ethereum. This is going to look something like that, except it can run all manner of AI container, AI application. It can run all kinds of stuff actually, and use cases in a year is going to look different from today in the world of AI. But it's also going to involve creator tools I've been building, and for DMT and UNAT, and basically making it easy to work with guys like Tapalytics, to work with a lot of the new features of Tap, to work with and Tom, I don't know if you were talking about BitSigil before, but these were guys I met at the hackathon. Great project. I want to work with them too. And everywhere I turn, I can see use case for AI and GPUs being useful. And in the world, they're all consolidated. They're all with the big hosts, the big tech companies. So I'm bringing a container structure to Tap where it can do that, and it can be decentralized. And what I learned in my travels here is that privacy is going to be a big key. The Chat GPTs of the world, they already scraped all the public web. They already scraped everything public. And so a lot like coins, a lot like tokens, private data is going to have their own value chain. Private data from universities or companies, they're protecting them. They don't want it scraped. And so the big thing I'm really leaning on, the big differentiator here is also, besides decentralization, is privacy of your model. So Heroes will run on it. There's the the dude at Midjourney, I'm talking to David Holz, founder, who's saying I'd consider it. He wants a price break, I guess. And there's a new tool that I showed at the hackathon called WOMP, which is an amazing, super easy. You don't have to be a 3D person who went to school for this to create, and that's going to run on this. So partnerships are already looking good, and it's only been a hackathon so far.
Yeah, dude, first of all, I think this is the future. It's already a market right now. You see miners that aren't necessarily profitable in Bitcoin mining that were small outfits to medium outfits that started transitioning, already using their GPU powered for AI projects and protocols, right? So is this what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah. This falls under that umbrella, but I think it's important to this stuff moves fast. It's important to have a big umbrella, right?
Yeah.
More can fit within that description.
Yeah, definitely. But man, huge on that because it is the future, right? So in anything that involves using energy sources like GPUs and stuff is always going to have a lucrative market. And so I think you are building something that's actually really innovative in the overall Bitcoin ecosystem, right? So props to you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess the last thing before we let you go is, what's the next thing that the Heroes community should be looking forward to? Would it be the Steepen, or is there something else?
Well, the Deepen will probably take a while to roll out, but I'm getting just back on track with the UNAT stories, the field notes, which went over really well. Everybody loved those. Basically, content. Before the stills were what was in your wallet, and now I think my videos are looking better than anything coming out from these AI video tools out there. So yeah, that when I said it's about to pop off, it's in this way. There's going to be a lot more output for Heroes.
Nice. I can't wait to see the videos and everything that you're going to showcase. But super fans, it's always been a pleasure having you up here. You're always welcome back. So we look forward to the future of Heroes and everything that you're innovating in the Bitcoin ecosystem.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
All right, we'll talk soon.
See you, bud.
Yep.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, another great builder, right? I know he's been a familiar face here on Tap Tuesdays, but I think people need to realize that like Superfan didn't start off in Tap. He actually was building behind the scenes in the Bitcoin ecosystem, and then went to Lambda, and he won that hackathon there, and then he found his home here, right? And he has love for all the ecosystems, I know, because like I could just tell that's the kind of guy he is. But he's all about innovation, so super happy to have him on. Yeah. Tom, is he another kind of big giga brain that you guys are glad you have there?
Oh, for sure. And super friendly guy. Really awesome. Like, had a lot of time for everyone. So that's always a nice sign, that people are willing to talk and collaborate, share their details. Yeah, like I think the whole Big Noodle thing, really awesome. And I think it's one of these things where having like a compute network that is so closely tied to the ecosystem is gonna really like enable a lot of things, especially with the DMT side of things, and like a lot of things which need that distributed computing, and especially like Heroes, where it's like, I mean, I'm not the person to ask about Heroes, but like the updating aspect of it, like, if you need all of this stuff to be run on chain, it just makes it a lot more like automated, right? And I think there's certainly a use case for this kind of decentralized GPU power. Like especially considering Tap and Pipe, right? So I'm very excited to see how that goes, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what collaborations come out of that. And yeah, he was speaking about WOMP as well, which is I thought that looked like a super cool tool, because I love I'm an artist as well, and I really like being able to make 3D designing objects, but a lot of it is a little bit too intense, right? Like using Blender, it's got like a huge learning curve. And I only just barely got to the point where I could make things that look half decent, but then I totally forgot how to use it. And then you just having like a super simple tool like that, just again, it's just lowers the barriers, right? Lowers the barriers of entry, makes things a lot easier. And 100%. Yeah, getting any kind of partnerships with people like Midjourney and that, it's like, yeah, it'd be a big deal if it happens. So, best of luck to him.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And like this cycle, the big three narratives, right, are AI, DPEN, and Bitcoin. And he's building. He has all three. Like,
That's
pretty
true.
insane.
That's true. You go for a triple crown. But yeah, like super excited about the future of that and the heroes videos, man. Because like the art, the generative art there is just sick. I love it. All right, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's super cool, and it's also like not only do they look great, but like seeing behind the scenes of like how they're actually generated is really interesting. Even to someone like me that is like maybe not fully understanding some of the like the coding aspects of it, but just like seeing the flow of it, and how it comes together, it's really great. Yeah.
If you've seen the flow chart, then you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You see all these parameters and how, because I get that stuff, right? I get the logic stuff. It's just the coding and the syntax. I'm one of these people that are really bad at grammar, so coding is probably not for me. I need someone to check my work, you know.
For sure. I'm like that too. David, I think it's David Sinclair, David S from Scry Lab says, great seeing you all in Amsterdam. Was only missing Shizzy and Yagobi. Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't make that one. I think we'll try next year because Bitcoin Amsterdam happens every year. So maybe we'll do that one because I think I'll do that one instead of Singapore. We'll see. But hope to catch you guys on the next one. But all right, so we got one more builder left. It's been a great Tap Tuesdays. We got 512 people in here right now listening and learning, and that's what it's all about. So let's bring up this guest, which you guys have maybe never seen them before. No, I'm just kidding. They're here every week because they're constantly building and adding. We got Universe Wallet, which is actually the first Tap dedicated wallet that was released to the market. How are you doing?
How everything's good.
Good.
So as we promised, we came up with a new tool for you. We just built it this weekend. We just finished it now. It will be released tomorrow. I just shared some screenshots of it on the Tap Tuesday Telegram channel as usual. If you want to go through it. Yeah. It's a Tap airdrop tool, so anybody can do their airdrops on TAP now. It automatically removes. You can go from the first one.
You should be able to help. Yeah,
it's numerical. Yeah,
this one.
No, the other one. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. What you gotta do is you should be able to hit your arrows on the left and right.
Yeah, it's you just go to the number one and then just press right.
I'll grab it. Let me grab it right here. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, so let's go to the. Is this the first?
No, it's the other one. Yeah, that's the first one. So the first thing, you just connect your wallet as usual, and then you just paste the addresses, like the list of addresses. You can copy paste from Excel or anything. It's gonna be super easy. Then you can optionally put the amount if you want to give like if you have an Excel sheet and you have like individual amounts, you just put the amounts separated by comma. If you don't have the individual amounts and you want to airdrop the same amounts to every address, you just copy paste the addresses.
Gotcha.
You go to the second screenshot. Yeah, that's the addresses, copy paste from the Excel sheet. Then next.
Well, real quick, just for the audience. So on the first one right here, I can put like the address, comma, and 50, and then the next one will be address, comma, 100. If I want to do them different. Okay.
Yes, if you want to do it individually, you can do like that. Otherwise, you just paste the addresses. Then you click on remove invalid, and then you go to the next screenshot.
Does remove invalid remove like doubles or what?
Yeah, remove every address that is not valid. If it's not taproot, if it's not accepted by the Tap protocol, you know.
Gotcha.
The specs. So you just click remove invalid, then you have like this green check mark, then everything is removed, the invalid addresses, and you get, if you don't put any number like in the comment, it just gets one by default. It doesn't matter, you know, if you put something there, it will remain there. Otherwise it comes to one. Then you click airdrop and it goes to the next screen. Yeah, you just put the inscription address receiver. That's the inscription that you have to tap it by sending it to yourself to complete the airdrop. Then you just put the ticker, the amount of the airdrop. That's going to be for everyone the same. And the decimals for the airdrop, if it has decimals. And that's it. Just press it, then tap the inscription, and there you go. The airdrop is completed. and everybody can do their own airdrops, because I think we have been the only guys doing this like for a long time, and I think TAP really needed this tool, for projects to actually do their construct their communities and everything. And we're just empowering builders, just like we did with the block pads. By the way, if you want to go through it, I shared a link as well, like a test block pad. It's already live, so anybody can deploy their DMT UNAP projects, and they get a full block pad featured for people to mint it. You can create whitelists, mint prices. You can change. You can set the mint status to on or off. You can do basically everything that you can do on Mscribe, and it's totally permissionless. So anybody can already deploy their tokens and launch their projects on TP in a totally permissionless way, and get like a direct access to an admin area that you can like edit all these variables. If you have it, I posted a link there on the Telegram channel as well if you want to go through it.
What the link for what?
For the block pads.
Was it the last one that you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's the last one. Yeah.
Okay, let me get this over here and share.
That's the last time we talked about it last time. It was a bit of a rush. So yeah, that's it. You have like a complete block pad for each DMT project, like an specific link for it. So last time you click on the random, but it was a token. I think it was iBearer. It was a test token, but it had like a whitelist, so you're not able to mint it. Now, if you just connect your wallet and try to like mint like a random, it just pops up the
Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna see if this works here.
Gotta love live.
I know, man. Not prepared. I'm new. What do I do?
Sorry, next time I'll just put my screen on and prepare this, because every time we have to do this, I'm really sorry for the.
It's always gotta find them.
Oh, you must have only one screen. Is that why? But okay, cool. So we can share it now. All right. So if I just select random.
Yeah, if you just go through that, you just click the mint fee and that's it. And you submit it and it opens in the wallet pop-up. And you
okay. So 596,272. If I were to do that again, 595,112. Okay, cool. Dude, that's actually, dude, that's huge. That's like so, like, I'm not gonna say it because everybody needs to support each other, but it's easier.
We're gonna gotta start.
It's easier. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I mean, look, they've done so much. They've built like the infrastructure for the whole DMT and stuff. But my point is this is really, this kind of throws on the whole argument of TAP is full of talented builders. I mean, you got the universe team that's constantly adding. Look, that airdrop tool, man, that could be extremely useful, right? For new tokens and stuff like that. So really, really cool that you guys are continually building. So awesome.
Thank you so much.
So you have the TAP airdrop tool, the DMT block pad. What's next? I mean, is there anything that can be next?
Yeah, we are working now in implementing block drops. We are finishing blocks for it. But first, we want to implement bitmap as a category on the wallet and the Explorer and everything. And after that, we'll implement block drops as a resource for it. That's our roadmap currently on TAP. And of course, we're waiting for the final release of the code for swaps and everything for liquidity pools that I have asked Benny. He said in a couple of weeks. So waiting for it. Hopefully, it will come with a TGE. So that will be good. And we can continue building and do all this stuff that we love to do on TAP.
Awesome. Shizzy, you got any questions for him?
Nah, man, you guys just build something. Everything. I guess what's next?
Block drop. He said block drops next week.
Block drops.
So guys, every block drops will be ready next week. No, I'm just kidding. But that is the focus that they have is next week is block drops and eventually swaps. So hey, it's like a Swiss Army knife with Universe, right? Like you can do kind of everything there. So really, really cool. Appreciate you being consistent because like that's our motto is show up, be consistent every single day, and you guys really kind of portray that right within
Thank you so much.
TAP ecosystem. So we look forward to next week having you on and talking about block drops possibly.
Yeah, hopefully. First we implement bitmap and then block drops.
Okay, bitmap,
it's-
then block
yeah.
drop. Any last words to the audience?
Thank you very much for people are actually using our marketplace finally. Finally, it was the first native TAP marketplace for TAP, DMT, and UNAT. And finally, people are making purchases and listing like things like by their own initiative without us having to say, oh, go there and list it. It's very good, people that are embracing this project and adopting like this ecosystem and all the social aspect of it, with the names and everything, engaging with the airdrops. It's pretty good.
Awesome.
What is Lin? Should I be getting some Lin? What's going on here?
People are going to start talking about meme tokens on Tap soon. Once that swap gets dropped. But yeah, definitely appreciate everything that you guys do, and we're looking forward to what else you guys add to your arsenal, because you guys are adding something every week, and we're excited about that. And thank you for coming on and speaking to the community.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yep.
And see you next week.
All right. See you next week.
See you.
Let me get him. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh man, like builders, right? That's Tap builders. Builders build. Is that the motto over there behind the scenes?
I mean, I don't think so, but no. I think I can see why the airdrop tool would be very useful. So that's again another barrier of entry thing, right? Just making it easier for people.
Yeah. I was already trying to think of ways to utilize it. Maybe we'll drop a Shizzy meme coin, or I don't know. Maybe. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not related to Ordinal Revolution LLC. No.
The shame is, right? Like someone's already made it, right? In the past 5 seconds that you said it, if I know crypto degens and I don't want to, but I do, so they're gonna have already minted it. So you've missed a chance. You've got to minute it first.
I know. I had it. Can't say
awesome,
here.
Awesome.
Yeah,
well,
amazing show.
Go ahead, Shizzy.
And any last alpha that maybe you forgot, or
I forgot that I'm not allowed to talk about or anything. I mean, I would just say, I like, best I can say is, obviously 21st going to be a big deal. Super excited for that. And obviously thanks for everyone that came up and speak to me. Some people even thought I was Benny, which was funny. Like I was at the event and like, oh, are you Benny? I was like, no.
You should have went with it.
Yeah, but
just kidding.
But no, like I had some people recognize me from doing this as well, which was cool. So yeah, some people did come and say hello, which was great. And obviously we're super hyped about Amsterdam. We've got some more events coming up soon. I think we're going to go to an Ordinals event in London on Thursday. So that's another one that's just come up. So yeah, we're just trying to get ourselves out there and spread the good word, right? But yeah, no, like I think just wait for the 21st. Hopefully everything will be great. Hopefully Bitcoin is still looking bullish, October and all that. But no, I'm very confident, and hearing from all the builders has certainly made me have even more conviction, right, that we're in the right place.
Yes, sir, definitely. And the 21st will be next Tap Tuesday. Should be big. So thank you, of course, Tom. It's always amazing having you on. You've really done such a great job in this leadership role for the Tap Tuesdays and community and in general. So we appreciate you for doing that. And I'm sure, Benny and David and those guys from Scree Labs as well are really happy with what you've been doing, because you've done a great job.
I hope so.
They're
very happy.
Well, we will see you next Tuesday, sir.
Right. Okay.
All right.
See you
Take
later.
it easy. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's get this back up. So another amazing Tap Tuesdays went an hour and 7 minutes. A lot of things happening, man. It's very proud of the Taps team, all the Tap teams and all that and stuff. It's gonna be pretty amazing. I'm expecting a lot, but I think we're gonna get it.
Yep. And Superfan kind of signs us out of the Tap Tuesday saying, Shizzy and Yagobi, let's go big in Las Vegas. Yes, we will go big. We always go big. So that will be fun. All right, guys. You guys have been waiting for 2 hours and 8 minutes. We got 536 people in here. Let me share. Oh my gosh, I just deleted it all. Just kidding.
I was about to say, I was like, no.
Let me get you the list here though and give you access to that, and then we will start to spin the wheel, everybody, because I know you guys are waiting for your BitPerp VIP passes. There it is, and
we're giving away 5 passes today. These passes, guys, I did have someone confused. I think they were trying to sell it already. They said, well, why is it not showing? So it's not going to show up in your wallet. It's just going to show up on the website when you connect that wallet, and then in the future it'll actually become a pass. But in the beginning, for the testnet via the testnet paper trading, it's going to look like it's going to feel like a multiplier, and then eventually you'll probably get that pass in a digital form as well. That can be traded, but for now, it's just going to be a multiplier. But this is something you guys are really going to want, and down the future, if you really want to sell it that bad, you'll probably have that opportunity as well.
Yeah, their goal is to make it an actual digital asset. So, but you're gonna have to be patient with that. I mean, I can tell you guys the Jeters are already mouth salivating trying to sell this. But I put the link in the private, so you can just go ahead and transfer those over. And you guys trying to be sneaky there. I've seen you do double, triple entries, but I'm too quick for that. So. Shizzy's about to set it up, guys. So good luck to all of y'all. Let's see if there's any questions in here while you're trying to set that up. Let's see. Bitmap News says, I missed the part about bitmap support. Didn't find it in the latest doc release. So we'll try to get you some information on that, Bitmap News. I know there's been, a lot of, controversy over that, but I think everything will work its way out, just like Bitcoin did. So, really appreciate what you do for the Bitmap community. So keep those spaces going and keep educating.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's run this thing, guys. Good luck to everybody. Do you want to give them a chance to take a look? Or I mean, I got everybody in there.
I'm pretty sure you got everybody.
I got everybody. I know I did. 100%. All right, guys, we're gonna give away 5. We're gonna spin it 5 times. So good luck.
All right. I think we need like Jeopardy music or something. Kilk bang! Congratulations.
Wait. Let me get this. Sorry, I want to make sure I get this going.
KILK_bang.
It's KILK _ KILK _bang. Okay. KILK _bang. I'm just trying to put it in the master spreadsheet so everybody can be together here.
I can throw them in the private as well.
_bang. No, I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'll be faster now that I got it going. Okay. Good luck. Spin number 2.
Oh, Matt. Congratulations.
Ooh, that was close.
Rick G was right there. Rick G. Yeah. Congratulations,
all right.
Matt.
Congrats. All right. Spin number 3. Good luck, everybody.
There you go, Bitmap. Shout out to you guys.
Bitmap Gallery. All right, go ahead. This is spin number 4, guys. Good luck. Make sure you follow the X account. If you're not following the X account, we're not giving it to you. The BitPerp X account.
6. There you go.
Oh, dude. I thought you might have.
I like doing it. I like the gamble, bro.
All right. Here's the last and final one that we're doing for today. Good luck on the last and final spin, guys.
Dream baked.
Hey, dream baked. All right, so we have Kilk _bang, Matt's Bitmap Gallery, 6s, and Dream Bake. Congratulations to all the 5 winners. You need to DM Shizzy your EVM address, not Bitcoin address. EVM. It has to be EVM because this is going to launch. Go ahead.
No, finish that. My bad.
Oh, because this is going to be launching on a Bitcoin Layer 2s that run EVM compatibility, right? So they're going to be initially launching with their EVM addresses. You want
Could
the
you show
names?
the list of names? Yeah, that we don't have yet.
Okay, yeah. There's quite a bit here, but let me show them. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure. All this other stuff is down. Okay, cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna go over who we are missing. So, we are missing ordinal tweets. You need to send your address to Shizzy, your EVM address to Shizzy. Mike's World, Amir Khan. Both of you need to send your email or your EVM address to Shizzy. Amir Dawood, Inagi, Elias or Lulu, No, Fortnite Flicks, and then the winners from today, Kilt Bang _Bang, Mats, Bitmap Gallery 6s, and Dreambake. Send your EVM addresses to Shizzy, or you will not receive the status. Go ahead.
So it's on Twitter. If you can't DM me, just put it in the comments, whatever, and I'll follow you so you can DM me. But you can also do Ord Revolution. I control that those messages as well. So either I'll put it in the chat. These are on Twitter at Shizzy Sats or at Ordinal Revolution, and just DM me there, and I'll make sure you guys are added to the list. And also, if you want to, in the comments when this video ends, you can also put your wallet address in there if it lets you. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it'll delete it. It's hard getting wallet addresses because YouTube does not like them. So he says at Mattia Ramarjo. Let me see. So MATIA RAMAJO. All right, yeah, I'll DM you.
Yeah, looks like we got some breaking alpha here from Yashir, our head moderator. It says and head of the research department. He says insider confidential info reveals that Coinbase is reviewing Rune's protocol for legal regulatory compliance, security assessment, and taproot functionality, ensuring it meets all requirements. Interesante. That means
take a look at
interesting in Spanish. Sure.
That might have popped some runes.
You know, if it created a big, you know, bullish type of energy, maybe some runes are popping, maybe not. You know, this was kind of the rumor right before, so I don't know if it's official, but you know, Yashir definitely brings quality headlines to the show. So nothing's pumping yet, but maybe, you know, once they announce that, of course everything's gonna go nuts. But
oh, for sure. If Coinbase lists something over here, man, oh my god. I mean, it's gonna make a lot of rich people for sure. But yeah, Danny says Coda. Where were you earlier, Danny? When it was like 2.2 sats. Where were you earlier? No, I'm just kidding.
But Huffington is actually kind of taking off, and
I know, dude.
It's like a Node Monks one, man. But guys, 542 people. We are just so thankful for you guys to you know, continually put up with us. I know we get annoying sometimes, but we love you guys, and you guys, you know,
I'll get
you guys watching the show definitely, you know, help us continue to do what we love to do. And so if you do have some extra time, please check out our partners. BetBTC is a predictions market that is utilizing ICP and Bitcoin technology to be the Bitcoin predictions market for the ecosystem. They will be on mainnet very soon. We have seen, you know, their integration version, which is super lightning fast. So that's going to be very interesting. They're looking to scale in different ecosystems within the Bitcoin ecosystem as well. So check those guys out. We'll have a Wager Wednesday segment eventually, which will be very, very fun. And then BitPerp. You guys, we just went over the VIP passes. Their paper trading competition got pushed to next Wednesday, but don't worry, guys. It's the USDT prize still for the first initial one, and then there'll be a bigger one down the line once they launch on Botanics. But check them out. They are a perpetual leverage DEX that you'll be able to leverage Runes tokens and other Bitcoin layer 1 fungibles. So should be very fun using them. Ordinal Hive is a aggregator Ordinals marketplace that has launched on layer 1 and layer 2 with Merlin. So you can use both, and both are going to have aggregator marketplaces. So you can go there, you can list, all you got to do is list to earn points. But the big objective is earning these points, because you're going to be able to do something with those in the future, similar to what Blur was able to do. So that's super bullish there. And then Foxy is building in the Tap ecosystem. They're building the Bitverse. You can use your Bitminer. You can actually use your Bitminer now without a bitmap And then the bitmap integrations coming up where you can actually earn based on what the data points on your specific unique bitmap are as well. So it's really exciting. Go watch the tutorial that Shizzy and I created to figure out how to get your bit miner going and how to maintain it. As well as the Bitverse, they're also creating the Clan Wars, which is a first-person shooter game that has BRC 420s in there that you can use as like weapons. It's going to be very exciting, guys. And then Fluid tokens, they are innovators on Bitcoin's native layer. They came from Cardano. They're still building over there, but they have the UTXO dev experience, guys, and they have accomplished something that no one else has before, and that is staking on Bitcoin layer 1. So if you paid attention to us and you were able to stake your Billy Cats and you did more than one, then you're probably able to make a pretty good return. I know I did 10. Just pay attention to the show when we talk about these things, because those are opportunities, but make sure it makes sense for you as well. But man, they have that and the rune swap where they can split the runes up for you, so it's not so much of a hassle there, and they're going to be continually innovating. So just look out for Fluid tokens. Super bullish on those guys. They're starting to release their lending side more and more right now too. And then finally, Merlin Chain, guys, your number one scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. So if you are a builder for Bitcoin's native layer and you want to scale and you want more flexibility for your users, you can scale to Merlin Chain. They have amazing grants for serious builders. So if you're going to try to go for a grant, make sure you're serious about it and you want to make the ecosystem better. So check that out. And we thank you for checking out our partners.
Yep. And if you guys wouldn't mind, go and check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating back all the way to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. I feel like it can really, really help them really get started and kind of get caught up to where we're at today. And also, if you're going to Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas, like Superfan was talking about, we will probably be there. There's a really good chance that we're going. So check that out. Bitcoin Las Vegas. You can get tickets pretty cheap right now, but as we get closer to next year, they get more and more expensive. It's something that always happens with Bitcoin magazine, so definitely get them as soon as possible. And also, if you guys are looking for VPN, we have a NordVPN 70% off. Use our code. Don't pay full price. And guys, don't be using these websites without a VPN. They can really tell where you live and all that stuff. Just use a VPN. Be safe. If it's not Nord, use someone else's. And it's not from us, using someone else's code to make sure you're getting the best price. So definitely use a VPN. It's legal. Privacy is a right. You have a right to privacy. And also, we have some of the best merch in the business, guys. Go over to the store. We have some great stuff here. And don't be afraid to kind of go in here and view all products. You guys can go to some of the new stuff. I made a couple of hoodies out of boredom this week that I kind of want to buy for myself. As you can see, I'm in Switzerland right now. That is my VPN because I don't go anywhere without it. But I made this cool hoodie. Let me know what you guys think. I'm digging it. I'm actually probably going to buy one. Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. So we have all kinds of cool stuff here, guys. So check all that out. And guys, we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow,
peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.